Hello, everybody. Here it is. It's the big one. It's Germany versus England at Wembley all over again. I'm joined by our American friend, Steve. How are you, Steve?
Doing pretty good. Can't complain.
As you can see, no surprises who's he's supporting with Demand Shaft. Have I said that right? I'm sure I have. For the Germans. Steve is supporting the Germans, so throw your stick at Steve, please. He deserves it. Sticking the German top on. We're also going to be joined by a Scotsman as well. So that'll be interesting. So we'll have a German, a Scotsman. Carl's going to be joining us very shortly. I'm not sure where he is, but I think he said he's coming on possibly with his dad as well. And it's a massive game. It's Wembley. If England can get through, they'll play the winners of Sweden versus Ukraine, which is a lot easier on that side of the right-hand side of the draw, or top and bottom, however way you're looking at it. But first, we're going to talk a little bit about Manscaped, our sponsors who proudly sponsor this watch-along.
The Euros are all about bragging rights and showing pride for your country squad. With the help of today's sponsor, Manscaped, you'll definitely be showing pride in your squad. With Manscaped, you can now trim your personal pitch without the fear of whacking your bollocks. Unlock that confidence and join the movement with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with NFTV at manscaped.com. Now, if you're like me, you'll never ever buy cheap razors again. Once you've cut yourself down there, you will never ever go back and buy those cheap razors. You do not want to be embarrassed having cuts left, right and centre when your missus looks down there. Manscaped is changing the way men approach grooming with their Perfect Package 3.0. This men's bundle includes the Lawnmower 3.0, Weed Whacker, Performance Boxer Briefs, a travel kit, and formulations to help you upgrade your grooming game. The Lawnmower 3.0 is the John Terry of dong defense because the third generation trimmer features a cutting-edge Simeratic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to its advanced skin-safe technology. There's even waterproof technology and an LED light so you can groom in the shower. We all know how terrible that cleanup can be. If you've ever been held back from nose hairs before, we have the perfect solution for you. The Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer. This trimmer has the same Manscaped skin-safe technology which helps reduce nicks, snags and tugs in your nose holes. 79% of women polled admitted that long nose hair is a major turn-off for men. Imagine if your significant other started growing some nasty nose hairs. Pretty sure you wouldn't be too keen either. Don't forget that this bundle comes with the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturiser, and the Crop Reviver Ball Toner, a toner for your testicles that's infused with aloe vera. Now you're going to be wanting to join a ballsack beauty contest after using the Crop Reviver. Check out their website for some cool products, including their fragrance and the Foot Duster foot deodorant, which is what you need after your stinky football bag. Get 20% off and free shipping with your order with our code NFTV at the final checkout at manscaped.com. Support the show and the legends at Manscaped who are looking out for the general safety of your bollocks. 20% off and free shipping with our code NFTV at manscaped.com. That is 20% off free shipping at manscaped.com using our code NFTV. It is time you add a few inches to your Harry Kane with Manscaped.
Yeah, thank you very much to Manscaped. Harry Kane, yes, get on that tonight, please, Harry Kane. You need to score some goals. Big shout out to our sponsors, Manscaped, who have been in touch with me and said that American guy on your show needs one of our razors. So please, if you want to donate, you can help Steve get one of these Manscaped razors because I think he needs one. But yes, thank you very much to Manscaped. Welcome to everybody. If you're just tuning in to the Euros coverage on NFTV, we will be live for, who knows, we'll go in extra time. We'll go to penalties. Will we be hurt again? We'll talk more about that in a second. Who knows? We'll even have scoring the players after this. And if it's any time left over, we might bring in one or two fans in. Please like the video if you're watching. If you're going to stick the commentary on mute, please, pipe up, get your comment in. We'll listen to me, Steve, and Scotsman. Connor will be coming later, and I think Carl's coming later. And please keep your comments coming as well. Right then, let's have a look at what you see in the comments before we get on to the team news. I'm just looking at the TV screen there. A lot of England fans, a good voice tonight. atmosphere. More and more people now getting into Wembley. And if England do win, they'll play the next game away from home. Only one.
Bucharest?
Yeah, full house. So we'll see how many English people are allowed over there, because we will go with thousands. Thomas says, evening. Hello, yep. Thomas. Hope you are good, man. Lucas said, good evening, lads. Cannot wait for this game. Hopefully we'll get some revenge on Germany. Up to England, says Kevin. Score prediction 2-1, says Luke, to England. Come on, England, says Wolfzone. Shocking for France last night. Yes, very disappointing for them. But for England, that's a good sign, because it's one of the big boys which have been knocked out of the competition. Right, we're going to begin with the Germans. Let's have a little look at what they've gone with. I'll come to you, Steve, on this. We're not really surprised, because they've been playing this wing-back formation.
3-4-3.
Yeah, it's technically wing-backs, isn't it? Let's not lie. Hit and miss in the group stages. Fantastic win over Portugal. Struggles, in all fairness, to beat Hungary. There's another one of your nations you're clinging on to. And you've also disappointed against France. But what have you made of the Germans so far?
Like you said, hit and miss. Gosens has been pretty consistent, but I don't know. The thing with Germany that has concerned me since 2014, when Miroslav Klose retired, Germany haven't had a suitable replacement for him. You've had guys like Mario Gomez step in, and Werner today, or Muller Löw will try to shoehorn him in, Muller as a false nine, but that doesn't play to his strengths. So that's my concern with Germany. Havertz has been very, very good. I'm impressed with him. I mean, I love Leon Goretzka. He can do a little bit of everything. Kimmich, not really a traditional wing back in the sense. He can play there and do a great job, but I like Kimmich in the middle of the park. He can pick a pass, dictate time. He's a fantastic player, but he's, wherever you put him, he'll do a job. So, but I already said Gosens is very good. He is a natural wing back. He struggles in a back four. So,
I read a stat that he's never played in the Bundesliga. He's the only German player not to.
Yeah, because he was at Heracles in the Eredivisie in the Netherlands. Then Atalanta bought him. So he's never played for a Bundesliga team. So
yeah, and he was getting up. He struggled. Portugal struggled against him, bombing up and down. Obviously, got to grab and sell a goal as well. So we've looking at there. You've obviously got a world class. I know Neuer's agent, but you've got a world class goalkeeper there in the back three. Obviously, we know Rudiger from Chelsea. We know Hummels, of course.
Ginter from Mönchengladbach. Yep.
Not many people probably know him outside of England. Ginter, tell us a little bit more about him.
Love Ginter. Struggled a lot with Mönchengladbach this year. They kind of took a back turn, but I love his aerial presence, physicality, typical center back stuff. He's a very good player, and allegedly Barcelona are after him, actually.
Well, they've got no money, Barcelona. They're just signing all the free
Yeah. I have no idea what's going on with them, but I like Matthias Ginter a lot.
Yeah, I think also just moving on to Joshua Kimmich, I think he's really underrated. I think anyway he plays, he gets 8s, 9s out of 10s. I think he's a fabulous player, mate, Joshua Kimmich. But if you look at
sorry, go ahead.
Just want to look at that midfield, because I was saying to the lads before, for me, people always go on about Toni Kroos, but it's actually Goretzka for me, who's actually the better player. You've got to stop him playing tonight, because if he gets on the ball tonight, he will cause us damage. He's a late arrival in the box. He's fit. He's strong, powerful, arrives late, scores goals, can get his foot in. He, for me, is the one that you've got to stop in centre midfield of England, especially if you look at England's centre midfield. You've got Declan Rice and Phillips. They've got a big job tonight.
Yeah. Like I said, Goretzka, he's done a little bit of everything. Former Schalke player from their academy. As soon as Bayern got a taste of him when he was in Schalke a few years ago, they bought him. He's a fantastic player. And I really hope. Apparently, they've been struggling with the new contract renewal or the details of it, but I'm sure he'll stay. He's a top class player. I like Goretzka a lot.
Yes, we will talk about England in a minute or two, but the front three, we know Timo Werner. Obviously, he's had a struggle in the Chelsea shirt, misses more chances than he scores them, but he will be a threat, whatever you think of him. But then
the runs that he makes, and from the Champions League final, there were 3 players in that play: Mason Mount, Havertz, and Werner. Werner dragged off 2 of the Man City center backs, and then that left Havertz that wide open. So while Werner has been disappointing in terms of goals and assists, the actual way he plays, and there have been a few goals this year that were, Werner just wreaks havoc on those runs, and he can draw people out of position. So he does off the ball stuff, but I'm sure it'll come good next year.
Yeah, I think we'll have a better.
I would rather see Werner play. I'd rather see Werner play when he was at RB Leipzig. I watched him for 2-3 years straight, and he's left wing, on the wing. But
get your singing voices ready for the national anthem. We're on mute, so we won't be able to hear that. But I'm sure it'll go down well. Very passionate. Good day, lads. Hippie, Australia. How are you? Feeling confident 3-1 England within 90 minutes? And he's gone out to say German wing-back system they're currently playing is a worry and may stagnate England's attack. We'll come to England in a second. We've obviously talked about, you briefly mentioned Thomas Muller and Matt Hummels. Obviously, both of them were excluded from international for a good 2 years. Just Joachim Low doesn't fancy them. Of course, experience, he's brought them back in. Kai Havertz, who seemed to play better towards the end of the season with Chelsea, and he's brought that form into the Euros a little bit. I still feel there's a little bit more to come from Havertz. But as an Englishman, if he plays poor tonight, I'm happy. But I think there's still another gear from Havertz. But we'll take a look at England because we're about 7 minutes away from kick-off. Are you surprised he's gone and matched Germany in terms of formation?
Yeah, because usually he sticks, I believe, the first 3 games of the group. He played, 4-2-3-1, I believe, all 3 games. So, this can go one of 2 ways, and it entirely depends on who advances and who gets sent home. It can either be a stroke of genius because he recognizes that Germany are a good team. They have very capable players. I still think Joachim Löw is 3 years past his stay. They still have great players on that team. Or it could be seen like, he's scared of Germany. He's trying to copy them. So it really depends. We'll see it play out. 3-4-3 though. I like Saka starting. That's for you guys. That's Saka's sick. I think he has 6-7 caps for England, and he's gotten like 4 or 5 man of the matches.
Ahead of Grealish?
No, I think I understand why Sterling gets to start because he has gotten one of the goals too. Only one.
Sterling's got 2.
Yeah, he's got the only 2. Yeah, so I can understand why. I don't know. It's all right. I still think Germany are going to lose. Ultimately, I think England are going to advance, but
I hope so. We haven't got a great record, so I will talk about that once we're kicked off. The atmosphere is building at Wembley. Fantastic fans there, which is great to see. But it is surprising me Kyle Walker will come in to that third right centre back. So he is worried about the Germans. He's clearly changing his system.
Some pace. Yeah.
And then Trippier's now moving to right wing back. Obviously, we've seen him play left back in the first game to nullify Croatia to get the clean sheet. And obviously, England.
Yep.
I think
it wasn't spectacular from Trippier, but
steady
clean sheet. There you go. Yeah.
And tonight, I think England's defence will be tested more. You're coming up against. Yes, I know Croatia, but they're declining. I feel, but I know they've just put 3 past Spain. But I think Croatia are not going to be the force in the next tournament what they used to be. I think they are declining. But Luke Shaw will continue. It's a left wing back. Obviously, there's still, there was talk about Mason Mount. There's talk about Ben Chilwell because of the COVID. They had to self-isolate. They could have played today. They could have started today.
That's a weird scenario. I don't understand.
It is weird because then you've got all of Scotland who can play.
And they're in obviously all the Scottish teammates are in way closer contact than Mason Mount and who's the other guy? Shit, Mason Mount. Yeah, Chilwell. Yeah.
That
was weird. That was weird, but whatever.
Hippie's going to say, was it true the Germans requested train at Wembley was
apparently.
Allegedly so, but you're in London, you've got like 8 or 9 world-class stadiums in London, so you've got nothing really to worry about there. So obviously those two could have started, but Southgate opted not to because of the COVID situation, match fitness, but we might see them, who knows. But he looks like, for me, he's sticking with Rice and Phillips, and Jordan Henderson's not going to get a look in. Is he in this tournament if England do progress? Is this the two that will lead us to potential glory?
Based off their because Phillips was very, very good. Like I said, man of the match against Croatia.
Yeah, and he's been very steady. I don't see it. He hasn't made any egregious mistakes. I understand why he's going with that. I suppose so, but you guys got a lot of options for the midfield. But I think Rice and Phillips, based off their form, because that's what these knockout tournaments are all about. You got to be in form. I think Italy potentially might have peaked in their performance level too early, and then they got hit with the reality of Austria. The whole idea of these tournaments is that if you start out slow, at least you're building up to something, you can take it up a notch. But it's all, at the end of the day, it's all about results, not performances necessarily. So, we'll be bringing Connor in a second as well. I can see you, Connor. So we've got someone supporting Germany. We've got a Scotsman and an Englishman watching an England game. I need a bit of support in the live chat tonight. Come on. But Harry Kane, we'll talk about him before the game kicks off. He's desperate for a goal. He's got to stop coming back. And I was saying this last week. Do a Van Nistelrooy, stay in the box. If he doesn't touch the ball,
you're not at Spurs. Stop dropping back. You got playmakers in the team. You do your thing, Harry. Yeah, absolutely.
Harry. Saka, you've touched upon. Sterling, you've touched upon as well. Trippier. It'd be interesting to see if the full-backs or wing backs actually, because they're going to have to be, because if you think you're playing with wing backs of 2 sitting holding, they're going to be the outlet. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get in the final third, because, as I say, Southgate is matching up with Joachim Löw, who could be his last game. Obviously, Southgate is.
I hope it is.
They need change, Germany, don't they? They do now, don't they?
Yeah. I just, I don't know, it's frustrating. Hey, what's going on?
How are we, lads? Late to the party. Fashionably late, but just in the nick of time, though.
Right, I'm getting my English pal in now, then, so because I'm being outvoted,
Carl!
Oh!
I feel like I haven't heard from you in months, Carl. Jesus.
Say that again.
I feel like I haven't heard from you in like months, Carl. Have you been just playing Call of Duty on Twitch and just never talking to anyone?
Basically, mate, yeah, just that.
I'm trying to talk to you about NFL, and I'm just like, where the hell is this guy? Is he dead? What's going on?
So we've got Carl with us as well. So we've got a fellow Englishman, because I was kind of feel Carl I was going to get bullied tonight. Especially with somebody. Seen what top Steve's got on.
Have you got a German top on, Steve? Oh.
I'm German, yeah. This scarf, this German scarf was with my Oma Gisela when she passed away. I gave it to her in her bed, and I was like, "Keep this. I want this with you till he passed." So she's from Gießen, from Germany. So
Fair enough.
Very, very proudly German.
So Connor, how are you supporting tonight?
I mean, I don't actually have a dog in this fight. Personally, my only issue is that I definitely feel like after some of the big scalps that went out the last couple of days, and listening to some of the guys down south today, there seems to be a feeling that if England win this, then they've won the tournament, basically. So on the basis that I don't like that kind of stuff, then
Germany.
But having said that, I would love it to go to penalties, because that's
they would cry.
Yeah, because that's the ultimate way to lose to Germany, isn't it? In penalties. But then again, if you can channel the the Colombia penalties. You never know.
Yeah, it's not good memories for me. But I want to talk about England and Germany's timeline as well in competitions in a sec. But
really close. It's really even. There's not like a significant gap in one team dominates. It's pretty damn close. It's pretty close.
Hippie's unsure whether to spell call the German way or the English way there.
To be fair, it's the German way, isn't it? Which is bad.
Yeah. England do have a free kick. What we're in 1 minute 36 now.
I'm like 50 seconds behind you guys.
Are you live streaming then? I'll take it.
No, I'm on my Xbox.
Oh yeah, so you're live streaming. So live streaming. What do you make? Con, I'll come to you. What do you make of? You mentioned the big boys going out. So many are dropping out, and obviously we're going to have another one tonight. And this competition's kind of like there for anyone at the minute.
It is. I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, there's still the likes of Belgium and Italy to contend with. And, although I do think Italy slightly got away with one against the Austrians, they are still very much a threat to anybody that they come up against.
What a goal from Chiesa. Holy shit.
Yeah, and Belgium, they're kind of the Spurs of international football. They should have won something. They should be in more finals than they get to, and they don't do it. But I think I had a feeling just how funny this year's been football-wise with everything around COVID and all the other things that you might have seen a sort of Greece-type situation again where a sort of underdog comes from nowhere and wins it. And right now, I'd love that to be Denmark, personally. Gloriously bowing out.
Yeah, I mean, Josh said Denmark because I wasn't so keen when Ericsson went down because I knew he's their star player. I was like, not so. But fair play to Denmark. Yeah, it would be great to see an outsider win it. So it's just so I think I said this on Twitter, and I think the winner of this game makes the final because of the route. On paper, you think so on paper? If you look at it.
On paper, absolutely. On paper, yeah, but how often do these tournaments, does anything relating to football, how often does it just go to paper? How often does it just play out exactly how it would be on paper? So I don't know.
Survival of football because it's like look at last night, brilliant, 2 world-class games.
Yeah.
But then I think one of the things last night probably showed a lot of people is that if you're going to get through this tournament to the latter stages and you're going to get through the last 16, you're going to need to do something England have not done in the last 5 games in a row. And that's score more than 1 goal. I don't think when you're playing the big boys now, you're not going to 1 goal. I don't think will be enough. You might get lucky, but nobody's winning this tournament by winning every game 1-0. I don't think.
Augustin.
Well,
Caristias.
I was surprised by the way England have set up today. I thought they might go a bit more. I mean, was it 7 or 8 defensive-minded players? It seems
they're worried on about the Germans.
Yeah, but the way the Germany have been playing, take the game in them. Why wouldn't you? Germany haven't been great in the group stage.
Carl, what do you reckon of the Germans?
To be honest, I did back them before the tournament to win it. They're my team.
Wow.
Even though, again, obviously they lost against France, I still saw them as a better outfit. I thought France did well on the counter-attack, but I thought Germany dominated possession, and I just thought it's something that they were going to grow into in terms of the tournament. Gone and done that to Portugal. Hungary have obviously had a very good tournament as well, so it was no embarrassment drawing to them. It's just horrible that obviously they come up against us. So if they were to beat us, I really wouldn't be surprised if they went on to win it.
Conor, I just want to come back to you with obviously Scotland as well, because it's the first time that we've had you on since your last on, which was just before we're going to play us.
Yes.
That last game against Croatia, I know Modric scored a world. I mean, that was out of this world, that goal. But when McGregor scored, did you think, wait a minute, we've got a real chance here?
I did. I think most people did because, other than the goal that they had scored in the first half, which frankly their first goal, as good as Modric's goal was, the first one they scored defensively was shocking from us. The ball comes out. I can't remember who the player was, but the Croatian boy controls it. He's actually got time inside our area to control it down on his chest and then get a shot away. You can't do that. That's criminal defending. But when we scored the equaliser, I thought, here we go, perfect time to equalise just before half time, changes the team talk a bit, and I thought we'd come out and show a bit of fight in the second half, a bit like we did against England, and we didn't. It was we went down a bit as well as a wet fart in a lift. It was not great, but that's the problem. When the highlight of your tournament is a 0-0 draw at Wembley against England, I think that tells you a lot about where you are as a team. Because I've always thought we've got enough quality to do a Wales and get to knockout stages. And we showed that against England, that we can make ourselves tough to beat, make ourselves to beat. I mean, we were in massive underdogs in that game. And actually, we came out of it, we should have won that game. If anybody was going to take 3 points from that, it was us.
Germany are in.
Well, they're in.
Ooh. Is that a free kick, is it not? Goretzka, who I talked about in the lineup. For a second, I thought he's red out there for a second. Did you see the red card there?
Yeah, that's all I saw there. I was like, somebody's going.
20 seconds.
I haven't seen it yet.
But I'll tell you what, Kyle Walker has rescued Declan Rice for a red card there.
Yeah, because
if Walker's 3 or 4 yards further back, it's a red card.
What, you got it?
Free kick to the Germans. Tony Kroos, I'm reckoning.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
It's got to be Kroos.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That could have been a red.
Havertz wants it as well. Come on, Mackham. Do your best. Calvin Phillips lying on the floor.
I hate
Are you watching live, Colin?
I'm watching.
Yeah.
Both are. So it's just Steve who's behind them.
Yeah. I hate players. What's your thoughts on players lying down at free kicks? It annoys the life out of me.
It's quite new, isn't it? It's only really come around the past season.
Yeah, but I just think if I was taking a free kick, I'd be thinking, do you know what? Current rules, if it hits a hand, it's penalty. Aim low and try and force them to handball it or get hit in the face. That's what I would do.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Because not many free kicks go low. If you look at in the whole of the season, you're probably talking 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Oh, tense moment.
For everyone to jump in uniform at the right height for the ball to be able to go under and hit him is quite difficult.
Good block. It was Declan Rice.
He did actually go low there for some reason. I would just said all of that.
Frankie, good to see you. Another one of our members. Afternoon to you. Good malice. No malice, as is Hippie as well. England look clueless. Haven't started off the first 9-10 minutes. Gustafsson looks like Podolski. Let's talk about England's timeline. Right. Carl, how much do you know about England and Germany in tournaments? What's your first memory? What stands out?
I'm a first memory.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have watched 96, wouldn't I? But I don't really remember it that 96. Much.
So we all know about 1966, England winning 4-2, and, Connor's rolling his eyes. Don't worry, there's some negatives. Don't worry, Connor. Yeah. Obviously, was Jeff Hurst's goal over the line, and what they think it's all over. It is now. We all know about that. That's England's best ever moment, which is mad to think that's 55 years ago.
Well, that's where the Germany rivalry was born, really, wasn't it? The 66 final. They've done
on the pitch. We'll say on the pitch, yes. Not off the pitch, no. But then, do you remember 1970, 4 years later? Carl, your dad will probably remember. Ask him about Peter Benetti.
About who, sorry, mate?
Peter Benetti.
Benetti, 1970.
Does he remember back then? I mean, I don't. I've just seen highlights and videos and throughout the years.
Pardon?
So basically,
Yeah.
Gordon Banks was injured.
I said Gordon Banks was injured at the time.
So then Peter Benetti came in and just howled us left, right, and centre against Germany. We went out 3-2, and he was blamed for England going out in the 1970 World Cup.
Ah, okay.
No, the 70s World Cup was when Gordon Banks made that world against Penny.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. And he got injured. And Benetti came in and.
All right, okay, fair enough.
And he got injured, yeah, and Benetti came in. And then the next one, which I didn't even know much about this, we played in the 1982 World Cup against Germany, which never gets talked about because it was a boring 0-0 group stage game. But then the more recent ones, all England fans know, is obviously 1990, Gazza's Tiaz, Waddle, Newcastle, PS, go on to be Newcastle. I mean, it's just written for the tune. That gets replayed over and over. And Carl, I would imagine your dad knows that quite vividly.
Yeah. I know about that one, but the first one I would have watched would have been 96, but then I can't even remember it, to be honest.
96, yeah. Connor, do you remember 96? Because obviously Scotland were in the same group as us.
They were. I don't. I was only 1 year old in 96. So
I mean, I was only 9, so don't worry.
Yeah, well, even 98, I didn't remember. That's why this was basically the first tournament Scotland had been in that I'll make sure I remember most of it. So I'm very familiar with 96. I'm more familiar with that England-Scotland game than I ever wanted to be after this tournament, because for that week in the build-up to us playing each other there, it felt like every single match was on at half-time. They kept calling back to that game, like it was the only time we'd ever played each other. Let's forget the fact that 2 years before we actually did draw to each, but I think I must say, though, I haven't seen things in clips for 96 and the documentary done a couple of years ago before the World Cup when football came home. I mean, they made the documentary about getting to a semi-final. That kind of shows you where England are at, really. But it did feel, from seeing that they missed a great opportunity. It did feel like they could have probably gone further than they did. When you see some of the clips of the semi, like Gaza was inches away from a tap out at the back post when Shearer knocked it across. But I think that's probably the story of England in tournaments since '66.
Yeah, I mean, 96. I remember the Scotland game because Gary McAllister stepped up and the ball just moved as he just about hit it. Not many people talk about it, but the ball moved about half an inch with the wind, and then obviously Seaman saves it, and then England go down the other end and score the world through Gaza. But later on in that tournament, obviously that's where the song comes from, it's coming home, and Steve absolutely hates that, don't you, Steve? It's coming home. He hates it. But obviously
it's just annoying.
It's because it's got nothing else to. It's massive in '96, and obviously going out against Germany at Wembley, and obviously the BBC replayed the memories over and over. It was Muller who stepped. I know Southgate missed it, but Muller stepped up and he started walking around, showing off, walking around doing that to the English crowd. And then the next one was Euro 2000. Do you remember that one, Carl?
Yes, I do, mate.
Because our number 9 got the winner. Alan Shearer, David Beckham free kick. No, it was in open play. Beckham's crossed and then Shearer dived. England was shocking that tournament. We went out in the group stage, last minute penalty. Phil Neville giving it away.
Did they go to the group stage? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I went out the group stages because we had Portugal,
USA,
and Romania.
All right. Oh yeah, shit. That was
Romania. Yeah.
I know you're thinking of the 2010 World Cup and
then there were 2010 World Cup. Yeah. I was in Greece. I was in Corfu watching that, and when the Lampard goal wasn't given, I just knew that it's got to be Germany. And they ripped were apart, literally left, right, and centre.
4-1, I believe.
Yeah. Oh. Raheem Sterling with a curler, and Neuer is forced to push it round from what a corner. Got a bit of power on that from Sterling.
I mean, I don't know about you are the English guys, but I kind of think Raheem Sterling's a bit overrated. So I don't think he's good, but I do think some of his antics at times and thrown himself to the deck sometimes, particularly for Man City. I do think he's perhaps slightly overrated. But
Go on.
He's still a quality player.
Big slab head, Maguire, straight to the goalkeeper. Yeah, Sterling, it's his finishing, and I think he's a lot better than what he used to be in mind when he first went to City. Guardiola made him a much better player. But do you remember where he worked? Do you remember where he worked called 2010? Germany putting 4 past were Lampard goal not given.
2010.
That's still on.
Yeah, no, I don't remember where. I remember the absolute anguish. I just don't remember where I was.
Just
I
Matthew
think I was
Upson.
probably at home, to be honest.
Matthew Upson at centre back. When you've got Matthew Upson at centre back, you're doomed, aren't you?
I do think the 2010 squad was probably the weakest England squad that, of my memory, because I think even 2006 World Cup, I think they were still a slightly stronger squad than what they took. Particularly in the goalkeeping position wasn't up, which is funny because the one thing England normally do have is a good goalkeeper.
Well, we do it in a minute.
Well,
I don't think England's goalkeepers are very strong. I think probably Pope is probably the best out of them, but I don't think Pope's right at the top, even though he's injured.
But sometimes you've got to give players a chance. Like you just stuck with Pickford for such a long time. I wouldn't mind seeing somebody, particularly when you had a couple of friendlies before this, somebody like a Dean Henderson or whatever, maybe getting a shout to see how he can get on. Because it doesn't always, if the players don't get the chance, that they can never show what they're capable of.
That's still on.
No.
England growing into this in the last 5 minutes or so, starting to get a lot more ball, starting to get in the final third, because the first 10 minutes it was all Germany. And obviously they keep looking for that Werner run.
Yeah.
Steve, tell us why you're supporting Germany.
Well, like I said, I'm German. My mom's mom, my grandma, she is from a little town near Frankfurt. It's called Gießen. She was born there, and it was actually one of the cities that got bombed. Her house was the only one on the whole block that did not get bombed.
Who bombed him? Was it us? Yes.
I'm not sure. I actually don't know. I would assume, it was the Allies, one of them.
We didn't go into Germany, did we?
Is anybody else in people when Lee speaks? Or is it just me? Yeah,
Is it just me? If it's me, I'll come back in.
I'm a quarter German, so that's why. Oh, where'd Lee go?
This has been a while. I can't remember the last time I did one of these. Must have been the last. No, it wasn't even the Fulham game. Who did we play before Fulham?
I did. I replace you for the Fulham game?
did.
Oh, there's Lee. There he is.
Is that any better?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. I think,
didn't you know you could do that?
You go nice and easy. I'm watching England go forward here, and I keep thinking to myself, they're not getting enough bodies forward because they're still trying to hold such a sort of deep defensive line that they're almost not flooding where they should be. Because you look at the box, there's absolutely, you give nice straight line of 3 German players and not a single white shirt inside.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It just, I don't know.
I'm like God, yeah. I'm playing God, yeah. It says that new feature called. You can just drag people and move them around now. It's pretty good.
This is my parents' living room. This is,
You want to give us a tour?
Yeah, I'll take you around with the iPad.
We'll change that.
To change up the subject real quick. I don't know if you guys, I put in the Discord chat, but my the 96 home shirt that I got, Steve Wilson, that's coming on July 7th. So pretty pumped about that. I'll have another Newcastle shirt for the collection.
Where's it getting shipped from?
Let me check. It's from England, I believe. But Yeah, Champions League. It's got the Champions League badge on it. Oh, so nice.
You left it on it. Still an echo on my voice. Oh.
What was that?
Is there still an echo on your voice?
Not that I can hear, mate.
No, I can hear. There was a second ago when you spoke, but not that time there. You were fine.
Temperamental. 20 minutes. Come on, England.
Who do you think it benefits more if the longer the game goes? Do you think it would benefit Germany more if it goes longer? Because would the crowd start to put pressure on England if it's still goalless after 70, 80 minutes?
No.
I think it's a tough one, I think it's because I think Germany would be so used to being under pressure in tournaments. I think the longer the game goes on, they would probably control it more.
No.
Well done. Howell, go. Run at them. Go on, Saka, lad.
Do you guys think Saka is going to stay his whole career at Arsenal? Or do you think he's in for a big transfer sometime soon if Arsenal don't get their shit together?
The way you say Saka, I keep thinking you're saying soccer. Like, say it again. Go on.
I know soccer.
Like you went Saka.
Kayo Saka.
Not yet.
Not yet?
No, not yet. I think you could. I think you could, but not yet.
Yeah, I think you'll probably either need a couple more seasons at Arsenal with them improving, though, because if they don't improve, his best bet probably to try.
Yeah, him and Tierney are just too. If Arsenal don't, start becoming the Arsenal of old, or at least making some strides towards that, they're wasting their time unless they really want to be there. Some players some players still have that like loyalty sort of thing, but Tierney left Celtic, his boyhood club, for Arsenal. So
new deal as well.
What's up?
It's got a new deal.
Yeah, what, new 5-year deal? Yeah, he deserves it. He's a fantastic player. Connor, what do you think? Do you think that Scotland utilize what's his name? Both Tierney and Robertson. Do you like the way that they use them, where it's like Tierney's the left center back in a 3, and then Henderson on the left wing, the left wing back or whatever, left back?
I think it's the only reason to both in the team at the same time. But I think the problem you have is that it created a situation where it was very easy for teams to beat us, because more often than not, when we're going forward, we're always looking down the left-hand side. It's always fine Tierney and fine Robertson. And quite often, particularly against the Czech Republic, but even at times against England and Croatia, there was taking space out in the right if a ball had just been played and you can get an attack in. So it does create that issue when literally your two best players are in the same position as each other.
Yeah.
But it is, to date, the only way any manager's been able to get them both in, because Striker and McLeish tried different ways and it just never worked. So this is the only one that's garnered some level of success, not much.
Would you ever try like Tierney on the right or something on in a back 3, right wing back Tierney or something, or would you try maybe Henderson there? Do you think maybe that's it? Because then you got both sides. Would you ever try that? Maybe?
Gordon Strachan tried Tierney in the right when he was in charge of Scotland.
Right.
And I mean, look, it wasn't terrible, but there seems to be a thing with Tierney, unless he's playing left or sort of left centre. He does seem to struggle in the right back area. Like, he can still get up and down the pitch, but his creativity is not there, because I think he's having to use his weaker foot in order to do it. Having said that, though, I think we need a far more attacking approach, and I think we also need we need far better strikers up front. Our best striker.
You've got the best Premier League coach on your staff.
Well, yeah, clearly.
I'd be very interested if I were Scotland, something that I might try. Because Tierney, he can score goals. Like some of the goals he scored this year, that's like that was like striking instincts. It wasn't like it's just a lucky pot shot. I think maybe try Tierney on
fucking Elmer Maguire. Big square-headed fuck.
SpongeBob SquareHead.
Definitely in the last 10 minutes or so, England have put on a lot of pressure. Crossing from the right, Trippier, big head Maguire, put to lower.
I heard from the last couple of times that balls were in the box. It's your defenders that are on the end of the best chances so far. Like, you probably want a Harry Kane or something like that to be. I mean, Maguire can't head them, but he usually needs to be a lot further out than that because he generates far too much power for that kind of close range.
I think if England stayed in the competition, Kane gets just a goal off his backside, he'll end up maybe second top scorer because he's that good.
That's what happened with Lewandowski when he scored against Slovakia. Because the first game he didn't get a goal, and then the second game he did, and then he scored in the next one, but they got eliminated. It's huge. It's huge to get that that monkey off your back. Get that first goal, then you can keep going.
I work for Sky, mate. Sky.
But here's the thing then, how much of a failure would it be if Harry Kane didn't score in this tournament, having been the Golden Boot winner at the World Cup just 3 years ago? Albeit,
Depends what England do.
Well, I'm meaning like if they were to go out tonight without Harry Kane scoring a goal, would that be a failure in Harry Kane's part? Would it be a failure in the whole squad's part? What would be would he be the man to bear the brunt of the
Probably a failure on Southgate to recognize, like, dude, you're not playing for Spurs. We have creative players. But I don't think Southgate's the answer, as a long-term England manager with success.
Well,
yeah. I mean, hey, if they win the Euros, then I'll be proven wrong, I guess. If you could just scrape those ugly wins or maybe do that, I don't know. It's tricky. But, I mean, it's a failure if England go out and Harry Kane scores no goals, but the overwhelming point is that England are out of the tournament. If Harry Kane scores 10 but they lose, does it matter?
I think if England win this game and go out to Sweden or Ukraine, I think that's more of a disappointment than going out tonight.
I would agree, definitely.
Probably.
Especially off the back of the last Euros going out to Iceland. If you go out in back-to-back Euros to teams that are...
I remember that Iceland game.
I
remember that Iceland game. That was fantastic.
I'll see what you did there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Kerry Katona was loving it. That's where mums go, isn't it? So,
nearly half an hour in. What do you reckon, lads?
If I was an England fan so far, I'd be quite happy. I would be slightly frustrated that there's not been a bit more creativity from the front three. But other than that, I think, barring the first 5-10 minutes, England have pretty much been in control, I would say.
Germany have moved around a lot and all this stuff, but me personally, I'm not like excited. I'm not like, when they get forward, they're going to do something, because Harry Maguire or Stones or Walker or someone in midfield is just going to dispossess them like it's nothing. Meanwhile, you had, Raheem Sterling with that really, really nice shot and forced Neuer into a save. So, as an England fan, I'd be like, okay, Germany aren't exactly scaring us, and we've done it. We've done a bit more to actually put the pressure on and get some shots on. But
like you say, Hummel's 1-on-1 because he's got no pace.
I'm not. Yeah, Hummels. I don't know. I think there's better German center backs out there than Hummels right now. He's been around a while. I love the leadership aspect of it, but I just think that there's better center backs out there. Chiefly among them, I would say. What happened?
There's a cross on the right, Kimmich, and I think it's Giesens at the back. Doesn't get on the end of it, so.
Gosens,
yeah.
Wait.
You've got me saying Giesen because of your mum.
Yeah, my grandma's from Gießen. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. No, yeah, like I was saying, I watch a ton of RB Leipzig, and they put Lucas Klosterman in as a center back because he's got pace. You can also throw him on the right and Marcel Halstenberg on the left, and that's what I think this German. That's what I think Germany needs.
That was handball.
If they scored here, VR will.
Save Pickford. That's a good save by the Mackham.
I'm feeling VR may well have intervened there because that definitely looked like it hit an arm.
Even the Scotsman sticking up for it.
Well, you know.
I do that though. Maguire's a keep there, Nicole.
I may be a Scotsman, but I'm not a blind Scotsman.
I'm just so nervous. I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
It's because it's Germany, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell I don't think I've ever seen you this quiet on any live stream before, Kevin.
Oh, no.
Oh, there. Jesus.
The longer it goes on, that's where I'll get nervous, and it gets the full
Yeah.
time and it's drawn because you know.
Wouldn't it just be very England to draw 0-0, go out in penalties, and go out to tournament technically having not conceded a goal?
And only scored.
And always scored, yeah. We are going
Just saw that first chance.
Well, Portugal, when they won it, went qualified out the group without winning the game.
Yeah, 3 draws.
They were the worst winners ever. They actually didn't win a single game in 90 minutes. They basically won a tournament by drawing every game.
That's ultimate shithousery. Seriously. That's nuts.
Yeah, it was like a Portuguese version of Bruce Ball that you were watching. It was so boring.
I think you can do that in the
final against France was horrible to watch. Yeah.
I think you can do that in the Copa America. Go all 4 games, you go through.
Yeah.
What minute are you on, Lee?
33-25.
Yeah, that's fine. Just had an issue with that Saturday.
Same here.
I'm at 32-40. Pretty behind.
You're behind then, eh?
Yeah.
Do you not get the BBC in America?
What was that?
Do you not get the BBC in America?
They have it as an option. You can watch like BBC News, but you don't get like BBC Sport or Sky Sport. I'm watching ESPN has shown all the Euro games. So
That's twice they got him behind them.
It's making me nervous now, that is. I don't like it at all.
You're looking for that all the time. That's Kroos feeding Kimmich there.
Oh, he's a bit a yard outside.
Yeah, he's offside, but it's a clear tactic, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
It's a great save, that, mind you.
That is the thing that would concern me. You know, I said this before, but even though England haven't conceded yet in this tournament, I don't think the back line has been put under the kind of pressure that it probably will tonight. You know, because Croatia didn't turn up until they played Scotland and Spain. The Czechs were already through, so basically weren't really asked about the England game. So it meant that there wasn't a great deal. I think Scotland was as much pressure as they had, but I mean, we can't finish our dinner, so there was no real worry there.
You need a striker. How was it in the members group that was saying take Charlie Dyke? Thanks.
Lyndon Dykes.
Yeah.
Was that Ollie? I can't remember who it was. I was like, no. Newcastle didn't want him.
No.
I still think Lyndon Dykes would be an upgrade, a slight upgrade on Dwight Gale. Really?
I don't know. Nah.
Well, the thing is, though, Dwight Gale,
A slight upgrade.
Dwight Gale, well, you know, does from time to time put the ball in the back of the net. You know, Dykes seems to. It's funny because all the media they'll talk about it and say, well, you know, he's not a goal scorer, but he's a good hold-up player, and it's like, yeah, but he's a striker, so his bread and butter is scoring goals. If he's not doing that, then he shouldn't be a striker. And I think Che Adams just needs a bit more time. That's his first experience.
Che Adams is he's pretty decent.
Yeah, the Englishman, Che Adams.
But the thing that annoys me is we've got quality striker right in our doorstep. Lee Griffiths is the best striker for Scotland by a country mile. And although his fitness was up and down last season, I'd have had him in that squad all day long. Because some of the chances, I was watching thinking, Griffiths would have scored that. But Lee would have scored that.
We'll get this in. Get it in. What are talking about? Get it in.
I'm not crazy about Lee Griffiths. He is getting up there in age, but yeah, I would say he probably is Scotland's best striker. Not really saying much.
Do you not play Football Manager?
No, I'm a FIFA guy.
I thought you might play Football Manager with your knowledge of all the European players, and I thought that would be your cup of tea.
No, I'd FIFA. I do FIFA. I like FIFA.
It's a slower tempo than last night, isn't it?
Pardon?
It's a slower tempo than last night's.
Oh, absolutely. I think that was always going to be the case with the lineup. We're there just to try and stifle it, aren't we?
They've kind of ruined each other out because Germany, the way they've set up their formation, is not too dissimilar to the way England have set up. So they're kind of just both going with the same kind of tactics.
Yeah. Who do you think holds back their team more? Joachim Löw, who I think has been he should have been fired after 2018, no questions asked. That was a disgrace. Southgate has recently done well. He made a World Cup semifinal. Say what you want about the opponents, but upsets happen, and they didn't get upset until later on. Who do you think holds back their team more? I would say probably Löw. Not by much, but
probably yeah. I think, having said that, I don't know, because I think, like with Southgate, I do think the fact he got them to a semi-final in 2018 kind of means he deserves, regardless of whatever happens here, a little bit more time to try and do something maybe next year or the next year, because he is building something. You can see it. I think the eternal problem and the biggest thing that holds England back is I truly believe the players, when they get to latter stages of tournaments, they start to fall into that trap of believing their own hype that the media put on them, and they get into that mindset. And once you do that, once you start thinking, oh well, we're going to walk into this game and win, you've no divine right to beat anybody. Scotland proved that because I think that was part of the reason why England weren't up to the mark that night as well, because I don't think they thought it would be as tough a contest as it was. So that was the main thing that holds them back. I think Germany they just need freshened up. Joachim Löw's been there too long, really. Scratching every nook and cranny and sniffing his fingers afterwards, as he tends to do.
Be 5 minutes, lads. Yeah, computer camera's decided to go off, so I'll just fix that. That's why I was lagging.
Fair enough. Again, I don't know. It is a decent debate. The problem with Germany though is that they don't have that Miroslav Klose. They don't have that Gerd Müller. They don't have that prolific center forward striker that will guarantee you a goal most of the time, and that's what they need. Serge Gnabry is not a striker, left or right. They need to find one, and like again, Werner, I think he's more of a left winger. So Germany need to find that striker real bad. So you need to find a focal point. But
good job.
Joachim Löw looks like you went. Yeah.
Zingy, our friend. Do you remember him? Steve, you remember him?
Yes. He was like, "What are you? he took the really high path of Croatia. Yeah, he was really. Yeah.
Yeah, he was giving us a lot of stick.
Yeah.
Then we're beat.
That big centre half just ate him up all game.
Germany does look like they look free to do what they want, but they aren't. It's like they're choosing to not do anything with that freedom. I don't know. Both teams have been pretty underwhelming. I don't know.
Which centre half is it that's marking Sterling?
That would be
No, Ginter, yeah.
Yeah, Matthias Ginter.
Sterling's buried in his back pocket.
Here he goes. He's off on one, Zinky. I'm going to lose today, Carl.
Which is y'all? Probably you guys, but I don't think you will. I think you'll scratch and bite and claw your way to a goal.
Y'all is more like
Croatia and not just a secret Southern American with that kind of with a y'all kind of stuff. That's very Texas.
Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
Where are the kids on the ball?
It's not hey y'all, it's howdy. Howdy y'all.
Yeah. The land where they all sleep with their cousins.
Rise and shine.
That's what I said. I slept with my sister.
Jesus Christ.
I listen to Hank Williams, drink Jack Daniels 40 proof, and I bang my sister every day.
Do you know that accent? I don't know why, but he's played Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, Trevor.
You know
Yeah.
Not Trevor, but do you know the guy who's got the shooting? It's a side missions.
Yeah.
Oh, what's his name? He's thick and slow. That just reminds me all the time of Grand Theft Auto. I don't know why. It's just that I go back to that moment. Got a weird name, like Slanky or something like that.
That just always makes me think of Cletus from The Simpsons.
Cletus, that's it. Cletus, I'm sure it's Cletus.
Clytus?
It's like a side mission that Trevor goes on. Hey, you want to go on some shooting, some hoops? How a trip, yeah.
Oh, come on.
Oh, wait, that's Keane's got a fight for that, man.
Just waiting for it, weren't they?
Attack it, man.
What do you guys think so far about England on set pieces in this tournament? I think that they've done virtually nothing with it.
The set piece could win with the tournament, couldn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I think James Ward-Prowse should have been in that squad, to be honest.
Well, I mean, they did hit the post against us for John Stones, but I think when you look at England, to be fair, with them not having Harry Maguire in the team, they're not blessed with a lot of height and power in the air. I think England's best game is definitely with the ball on the ground.
Pace, isn't it?
He's got sticks. Doesn't matter.
Oh, play on, man. You got the ball. Keep going. That's poor by Saka, that.
Would you switch Sterling out straight away for Grealish at half time?
Yes. If I were you, yeah. Nope. 100%.
What about you, Lee?
I don't know yet. I think I could probably just keep it the way it is for at least until the hour mark. I don't think it's very cagey.
Why didn't he start?
Sancho, he's just chilling on the bench. I don't get that at all.
I don't like him and Jude Bellingham, who are tearing it up in the Bundesliga.
Bellingham is freaking.
They
He's
make 0 sense at all.
Yeah.
Oh, they are both top players, and you see they are tearing it up in the business. Why not? Plus, especially in a game against Germany, who's going to play against the players?
Play against week in, week out.
He plays against Ginter, plays against Hummels. Yeah.
Well, how many England squads in the past that have played Germany have been blessed with that opportunity of having players who are actually playing at the highest level in Germany, who can actually tell you a thing or two about the players they're coming up against? To not play them seems odd.
Yeah.
Do you remember
I bet
Carl?
Southgate hasn't even thought to ask him a question either.
Probably.
Do you remember Carsten Janker? Ball German who played up top. When we beat them 5-1, he was their main striker.
Oh, yeah.
It was before Closer came along. It was shocking, Carsten Janker.
Carsten Janker.
You know, when I was younger, somebody, I'm not entirely sure who, but for a laugh decided to buy me a copy of the England 5, Germany 1
Go on,
that was released, like the full match.
Go on, you're it.
Rod!
Oh,
almost.
you're it.
Oh,
I haven't
Why
seen
did
them
he shoot?
yet.
Why
You guys
did
are
he
freaking out.
I hesitated. Even, I'm not being funny, and this is one of my gripes with Harry Kane. He's not willing to do the dirty side of the game. Just slide there and get the shot, and you've scored.
snap your leg for a goal. Do it.
Yeah. But listen, Gaza would have done that. Shearer would have done that. Sheringham would have done that.
That's why I think Lewandowski's better than Kane at this moment, because Lewandowski has that like
Killer instinct.
the insane striker killer instinct. He'll get dirty with it. And he's super athletic. He tries to save the ball. He's incredible.
Kane just got to snap that with his left foot. Just snap it.
Exactly. Even when he's to the touch, if he just slides there,
That's confidence right there.
I just saw
that. He gets to the ball first. So even if by some miracle it doesn't win, he's getting a penalty because the German boy's coming straight.
Lewandowski.
As Thomas Muller calls him.
Lewandowski. Love him.
Did you see Lionel Messi last night, anyone?
Yeah. Watch the highlights this morning.
Yeah, ridiculous. 2 assists, goal. He was just piss taken.
Yeah, I think him and Cristiano
as well, wasn't it?
I think are going to be down as probably the 2 greatest players to never have won the World Cup.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's insane. Like, they are the 2 players of their generation, and obviously Messi's came the closest being in a final, but
we'll not say anyone like that until we're like maybe never. Another 50 year.
Pardon?
I think Mbappe can get to the levels of Ronaldo and Messi.
I think he has to start producing us pretty quick.
Yeah.
Well, but that's what Mbappe's done, because he back in 16-17 when he was with Monaco and they were playing in the Champions League against Man City in quarterfinal, because Mbappe was playing and I think he scored in one of those games. That was a crazy back and forth legs. And then Holland too. I think he could get to that level.
It's going to be those 2 for the next 10 years.
yeah.
What about Phil Foden? You think he could get that high?
No, not yet. I think those 2 are a step ahead of him. I think once obviously Messi, Ronaldo go, it's going to be Neymar for 3-4 years, possibly. But I think Haaland and Mbappe are catching them really quick.
Yeah. See, I actually think with Phil Foden, you see when he's playing for England that, I mean, he's obviously still good, but you start to see some of the flaws in his game more, because when he's playing for City, it doesn't matter what he does. Even if he makes a mistake, it's covered very quickly by the fact he's playing with from 1 to 11, basically. With England, because there are players in that squad, he is expected to actually be better than, which he's not really at the Man City squad. You do sometimes see the odd thing or two that makes you go,
Come on.
yeah, he needs, but he's still a young guy. He just needs to, keep going. Is there many players who actually perform better for the country for England than they do for the club?
I think Tyron Mings.
Peter Crouch was one. Crouch, for some reason, just got up for England all the time.
Yeah. He did have a good club career though. Like the goals and teams he was a part. It wasn't bad, but yeah, with England, I think he had a really good hit. How is Mbappe overrated, Sam? What?
Well, you should have seen him in the WhatsApp last night. He was not a big fan of Mbappe last night.
To be fair, yes, he should probably score a penalty. I actually thought it was a really good save from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Jan Sommer is a crazy good.
Because he's going down the pitch to head to reach his opponent.
Yeah.
Good save.
Absolutely.
Watch Steve now. years ago playing
You don't get a hat trick away to Barcelona in the Champions League in the knockout rounds without being if you're a shitty finisher.
And one of them was a wonder.
Yeah. I would agree with you, Steve. However, I will remind you that Tony Watt did score twice against Barcelona for Celtic.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
You don't always need a moral pass. They can just have an off day.
FC Metz in the 80s from France, a tiny team, beat Barcelona actually away. So, yeah, a lot of people.
Well, interesting fact for you lads, the team that was the very first to beat Barcelona at the Nou Camp way back when was actually St Mirren up here in Scotland.
St Mirren, yeah.
Friendly way back in the days of people were turning up to football games in top hats and bunts.
Yeah, suits. Yeah.
Which would have been torturous in Spain. But yeah, so whatever comes up my pub quiz, you're welcome.
Now, the pub quiz that hasn't Rangers won the most trophies out of any club team going
in the world.
Yeah, which hurts.
Yeah.
I think Al Ali from Egypt is second. I believe.
Yeah, Rangers have won
55 league titles.
Yeah, it's contentious. It's 55.
Oh yeah, because they got liquidated. Yeah.
Some people will claim they won 54.
I go by what UEFA says.
Yeah, I reckon it's their title because it was still the same players when they got liquidated right at the bottom. Yes, I know a lot left.
Yeah, a few left, but
Lee McCulloch stuck around, didn't he?
He did.
And technically, then
Wallace, who's now at QPR, he stuck around for years, which was incredible loyalty because they were two players that at the time actually, especially Lee Wallace, he had attraction for all sorts of teams back then, even before Rangers signed him, so he could have left and he chose not to. Sometimes I think that's maybe the kind of loyalty Newcastle wants these days with some, certain players.
Adam in our WhatsApp saying it's a nervy game.
It is. Absolutely.
Czech Republic is better than y'all. We beat Czech Republic, man. We didn't even play well and beat them.
I feel like we've watched 45 minutes of two teams trying to feel each other out, really, which I don't think, other than Harry Kane right at the end there, which, I mean, as I say, for me, other strikers who are quite happy to slide in and risk an injury there, for the cause, take one for the team, probably score that goal or get a penalty, either or.
The Werner chance is their big one, isn't it?
Yeah, Werner as well. I don't know why he's starting though, because he's not really a big goal scorer, is he? The guy has to score 3 times in a match for Chelsea to get 1 goal because he's always offside.
I just copy and pasted Adam Osovic. Hello, Adam. I've just said.
Yeah.
Adam, it's nervy this.
Yes.
Adam, where are you tonight? Are you at the pub or are you with Shannon?
No, Connor, just to touch on Werner, I don't mind that he's in the team. I just think he should be the left wing because, like I was talking about this with Lee in the pregame. Werner, his goals and assists, they were still pretty decent numbers, but they paid a lot. Chelsea paid a lot of money for him. But the thing is about Werner is he does stuff off the ball, like the runs that he makes and the, he drags center backs out of position. That's how the Champions League final, the Kai Havertz goal, there were 3 players involved in that. Mason Mount, beautiful pass. But Werner dragged out 2 of the center backs to the other side, and then Havertz got to burst in and score that goal. So it's like the movement thing. I know you don't pay $40 million for that, but
no,
they won the Champions League and was part of that goal in a way. So
the thing is, though, like I look at Timo Werner and I just think I agree with everything you say there, but to me, he's just Chelsea's Joe Linton. Really, that he's got something there, that there's talent there that he can do better, and at times he has spells that shows what he's got, but he doesn't do it often enough. He's the big money striker, and he's not delivered the big goals you expect for that type of money.
But so that's a scorching hot take. I see what you mean. They are both
Scorching hot take.
That is. That's got
Oh
some
my
heat.
God,
Dude, that's crazy. You said that, man.
You couldn't have been more American if you tried there.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah,
No, anyways, I see the similarities. I see the similarities. Him and Joel Linton, both Bundesliga. But the thing is about Werner had 3 straight years with Leipzig in the Bundesliga, consistently 20 goals, 10 assists. And they made Champions League the first ever year of their Bundesliga promotion because they were recently new. They've been around since like 2008. So Werner was excellent. One of the best players in Germany, got those numbers. For like 3 straight years, it was like Lewandowski, top goal scorer, but then Werner was right under him. So, and the thing is with Joel Linton, his career with Hoffenheim, he was a decent player. I watched him at Hoffenheim back then, but I'd be surprised if he had more than 10 goals in 2 seasons with Hoffenheim. So the pedigree is a lot different, but I can understand that to an extent. I just think Werner I think he'll have an amazing career. I really do. And Joel Linton just needs to get a loan somewhere, get a new start. Huh?
He needs to fuck off.
That too. Yeah.
No loan at all. You don't loan out a £40 million player. You just don't.
Well, I mean, Barcelona have with Coutinho.
Cut your losses, get your 20 million because of inflation, and be done with it. Because I think there's better strikers you can get. But, we're going to bring in hopefully Willick or whatever. But I'd like to have seen us, maybe try and go for even like an Odsonne Edouard or something up here, or
yes,
players like that who are going to get you, 10, 15 goals a season. Because if Callum Wilson stays fit, he's going to get you anywhere between 10 and 20 goals.
But you need backup. You need backup to him because he got injured last year, and when he got injured, we had a gaping hole in that striker. Yeah.
Argument in the live chat now with Croatia and everything. I think he's stirring it up. Like a Newcastle watch along again, isn't it, Carl?
Absolutely. So where's kicking off in the chat?
When is the first pre-season game Newcastle play?
18th.
Is it 18th?
Is that the York game, Lee?
Both, yeah. So we can't go to the York game, which I'm not very happy about, but hopefully get the Harrogate game.
When's the Burton game?
A week later, on the Friday, I think. I think they're all, after that, I think they're all Fridays, each Friday.
Are you coming down?
Yeah, I need to see the Doncaster one. If I can get that one off. But I've got all the other ones off.
Yeah. Do you want to go to the Burton game? You want to go to the Burton friendly? The third one in on a Friday?
I think it's a 26th, I might be wrong.
Oh, it might be your birthday.
Steve, you want to come?
What? To where?
Pre-season friendly.
I don't know. I'm going to New York City in when am I going there?
You come in the village?
About 3 weeks. 3 weeks of going to huh?
Yankee Stadium.
No, the Red Bull Arena.
I've been there as well.
Is it not yet? I've never actually been. Is it nice?
I've been to the American Stadium at Steve hasn't been to.
You've never been to Gillette Stadium though, home of the New England Patriots and Reds.
I've never been to New York. I'd love to go, but I must say my NFL team are the Giants, and I think last season they were okay. I think they're solid going against the Giants.
Daniel Jones is a very capable quarterback. I like him. I like him a lot.
Definitely.
Saquon Barkley, mean running back.
It doesn't matter because we're going to win the Super Bowl again, so I won't worry about it.
Who's your team again,
Carl, I'm very scared of the Bucs because every single one of their starters re-signed.
I know, it's crazy.
And they're just gonna
endure shit like I have for Newcastle, and then we're gonna win it all, and we're gonna do it again.
Yep, probably. Chiefs got stronger though. because they got they brought in an offensive lineman from the Bears, Kyle Long. They brought in a few guys because in that Super Bowl. What?
Haven't they lost a couple of edge rushers? Or am I wrong in saying that?
Yeah, because Damian Williams, they lost him, one of their backup running backs. He's now on the Bears. I like that signing a lot, but yeah. I think Chiefs will still. I think Buffalo Bills, Cleveland Browns too. Browns have a mean defense because they signed Jadeveon Clowney from the Texans. What is it? Miles Garrett.
Yeah,
It's got a mean defense.
Defense.
What?
Defense. Good job, Sam. Well, that's not with us.
Defense.
Oh, Sam has literally heart attacks with Steve on. Right, what we're doing then, Carl? How we're changing it up? What do you like to
personally, Matt, I'd like to see. I would have liked to have seen Grealish come on for Sterling, or Sancho. Sancho come on for Saka, maybe. I don't.
You know he's not going to put on Sancho though.
No, that's
he's a fucking knobhead. Seriously.
Maybe switch out Phillips or Rice for Bellingham as well.
I think that's the change.
I don't think they're going to do that either, but I agree with you 100%. That's what you should do, but
it's whether or not how long he waits for those changes. Like, does he wait until Germany have scored or until there's 10 minutes?
Well, that's what I don't like, because Bruce used to do that. Bruce used to react from the opposite.
What do you mean he used to do that?
Well, the last 10 games, he kind of changed his mindset a bit, Mr. Jones.
Yeah, but we all know because the season's about to start, like, it'll just sort of...
Yeah, it'll be the same old.
Yeah. I mean, we can hope it would, but he's not going to do that for a full season. You know, that would be... Yeah, no, that'd be too good.
For Germany, for Germany, from my side, the one change I would like to see is we'll tell Joachim Löw get the fuck out, and we'll pull some German guy out from the crowd that's yelling the most, and we'll throw him in as manager. That would be my substitution for Germany.
There was a manager up here that actually did that.
What?
There was a manager up here that actually did that. It was quite a few years ago. It was John Hughes. He was managing, I think it was either Hibs or Falkirk at the time, and somebody in the crowd.
Falkirk, yeah.
Like dogs abuse for the entire game, and we had about 20 minutes to go. He just turned around and went, right, you do the job then. And literally went and sat in the guy's seat in the crowd and left him in the touchline. The guy's just standing there like a rabbit in the headlights without a clue.
That sounds more like a Falkirk thing than a Hibs. Because Falkirk are not a big team. Hibs in Scotland are a big team.
I went up there for the pre-season when we beat them 3-1.
I would not have thought you had even heard of Falkirk. Steve fixed it up.
Dunfermline, freaking Raith Rovers. I know I'm a Scottish league. Dundee United.
Steve
FC.
needs to go and tell Jack Grealish what an encyclopedia is.
Don't you have a team in Scotland called Queen's Park Rangers? I believe.
No, that's London.
Queen's Park.
Queen of the South. Queen's Park. Well, Queen of the
Queen's Park, who up until recently played their home games at Hampden. The oldest team.
Stadium problem, yeah.
Oldest team in Britain. We do have Queen of the South, but they're down towards the border.
Yeah, that's a love, yeah.
Howden beating all of that. Raith Rover.
Yeah.
First.
Get out.
Alloa Athletic, that's another one I know.
I feel like this game is there for somebody to grab by the scruff of the neck and actually just
have it.
What a sight. T-Rex arms.
He's obviously been watching videos of the Bravka before he came on tonight.
What's going on? Y'all are freaking out. What's happening?
Good save. It's great out of mind. He has to save it, doesn't he?
Yeah. Beautiful strike.
Best thing that can happen is them scoring early,
To make a
force
change.
his hand,
Yeah,
because he's just like, yeah. He's not interested, is he?
Should have had Brandon because Brandon loves your dad. It does, doesn't he?
Incidentally, does anyone know why Brandon was supporting the Czech Republic when he's Dutch?
Oh,
Yeah,
he's like
like the Dutch.
he's like
For whatever
Steve,
reason.
claims countries.
I have German in my blood. It's not like I'm just like, oh, I want to root for Germany. Like,
No, you've got Poland, Hungary, Germany.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've got
France.
Polish Twitter handle, haven't you?
France, because my
France.
dad's grandparents are Alsatian, so that's German and French border near Freiburg.
Unless you're a football player, though, like you've got to support the country that you're born and bred in. But
No, USA is my number one. Like if I was good enough,
Ireland, but I'm not, so I'm always going to support Scotland.
like if I was good enough to be a professional footballer, I wouldn't think twice about representing the USA as my nationality. Like I would immediately.
Because you feel American, basically.
Yeah, and when I first got introduced to the sport,
Who introduced you?
Huh?
Who's the one? Who introduced you to football?
No one introduced me to it. It was summer of 2014, and it was the opening game of the World Cup. It was Croatia, Brazil. So I watched that as a neutral, and I'm like, this isn't actually a bad sport to watch. And then I think later on that day or the next day, the USA were on, so I was like, all right, hell yeah, let's go. And then John Brooks scored against Ghana.
The qualify for was in the US of in '94 when good old Glenn Hoddle didn't qualify him, and Diego Maradona got done for being off his head on whatever it was off his head on it.
Yeah, when he scored that goal again, it wasn't Greece.
There's them comedians, Carl.
Pardon?
You see them comedians there? What did we see them?
Yeah.
Trying to think what they're called again.
Who was it, Dad? The comedians on the screen.
The
Those comedians that were just on the screen there.
comedians.
Did you not see that?
I got an interesting question for you guys. Who do you think is the best American goalkeeper of all time?
That's Rob Beckett, and I can't remember the other guy's name.
Drill every bit of flair out of them.
Because obviously a lot of like Casey Keller was in the Premier League, Tim Howard, Everton, and Man United. Who else?
Casey Keller pulled off some world-class saves because he was
Landon Donovan and Clint Dempsey were at Fulham, weren't they?
Clint Dempsey, yeah.
Marcus Hanneman. He was awful.
Reading,
He was awful, man. He looked like Bill Goldberg.
Was
Poundland.
Brad Friedel highly thought of? Or?
Yeah, Brad Friedel. Yes.
We nearly signed him.
Yeah.
Failed a work permit. Then he went to Liverpool.
What? But do you remember?
Is it a different work permit in Newcastle?
Do you remember the hype around Freddie Adu?
Oh man, that guy had Gatorade advertisements with Pele at like 16.
It was insane the hype that he got.
Yeah.
That was another one. Claudio Reyna. He played for Rangers and Manchester City.
Yes.
Nice, talent mind.
Yeah.
Marcus Beasley, also another Rangers. I love Marcus Beasley. He had a very long and productive career. He went
Morris Edu with the partnership at Rangers that came the two American guys.
Yeah, I love DeMarcus Beasley.
I can never get the image out of my head of DeMarcus Beasley believing himself in front of millions on television at the 2010 World Cup. He was trying to avoid, but there's cameras everywhere. They're going to catch you doing a thing like that.
Yeah.
My dad was just saying as well, didn't Shaka Hislop grow up in America? He went to college and stuff like that?
Yeah, he went to University of, oh my God, what is it?
Michigan or somewhere like that. Or somewhere like
No,
Dallas.
it's not Michigan.
Dallas.
Don't push it back in.
Virginia? It was no.
He's
On
at
ESPN, he'll wear his college shirt sometimes.
Yeah, and he has a Newcastle badge behind him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Something.
I'm trying to find because I have a bunch of money to spend. I want to find a Shaka Hislop Newcastle goalie shirt. And I'm trying to find
They're on
Huh?
eBay, but they're ridiculous price.
Yeah.
Like 130 quid.
Those goalkeeper. Yeah. Because those goalkeeper shirts from Newcastle in the 90s were exceptional. Like they're gorgeous.
That used to be
Sweet home Alabama.
What's his name? Big fat bouncer.
Like Forrest Gump.
But he ended up being a
Chicken being treated here for possible injury.
What was his name?
I've got to say, actually, to be honest, man,
Oh, Howard.
it would
Howard
be a bad thing if he did go off. If he came off and you brought somebody that's failing him on, because he's not really at the heights, is he, in this tournament so far?
Eddie,
What shirts have you got?
Ed Sheeran there for Beckham.
Have we still got any of ours? Did we get rid of them?
Name one, and I'll tell you I've still got it.
That's all,
No, I
isn't
mean,
it?
mine
Oh.
and Chris's. Like, have we got? Are they all away or? No, I know that. Just to put on the wall. We still got the goalkeeper shirts.
This is still anybody's game. This, you know, it's like that.
Oh,
It's
definitely.
going to be a 1-0 to somebody.
It's there for anybody to take, because I think looking at both sides, when they're both getting into the, attacking third of the
I got
pitch,
that at home.
The defences are looking a bit shaky.
Oh,
They're
that's
looking a bit
yeah.
angry when that's happening. So it's just needing someone to go and take that opportunity and create something.
Definitely, I think it's 1-0 to anybody here.
Probably England, because that seems to be the
Yeah, it's gonna be.
these days.
What are you drinking, Steve?
Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Jublet. What's it?
Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
We get
So
American
So-
only. We still just get the run-of-the-mill standard Mountain Dew.
Oh, you don't have the special. Oh, that sucks.
No, we get like a was it like a citrus flavour one or something like that? But apart from
Yeah.
that one,
You guys when we export stuff from America to the U.S. Like I remember watching Top Gear a few years ago, and you guys in America, you can get Ford Mustangs you can buy them off the lot with like 800 horsepower, but in the UK they only sell Mustangs that are like a 5-liter V8, and they don't have like the Shelby Mustangs and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's also like a special one here, mate. There's like a 2-liter, 2.3 litre eco.
Yeah, flat four.
Worth having.
Yeah.
It's like a fake Mustang.
It's just pussified, yeah.
Massively.
Yeah.
I've got to say, with the fact that there is 6 England players there to the 2 German players, Germany had no right winning a corner from that situation at all. I mean, Werner's done quite well to just get it off stones and out, but
Yeah.
that should have been. I mean, you get more than enough bodies to cover that.
I hope it's Germany 1-0, because then I'll win $150 off 50. That'd be sick.
What did
And
everyone?
And then you can start donating them to your live chats again.
Huh?
What did everybody?
Steve went through a spell where he was just donating for a month. Yeah, have this. It's like another live chat. It was about another £3, another £3.
Come on, man.
What did everybody predict for the scoreline before the game, like on Scorito or whatever else?
I've actually got true. I've got this as 0-0.
Have you got it now?
But that's after 120 minutes, isn't it? How Scorito goes by
Yeah, I've got 2-1.
to Germany.
Yeah, yes, to Germany. Yeah.
Okay.
1-0 England. Regular time.
Carl, what did you predict?
2-1 Germany, mate.
Oh, same as me. See,
I just don't. Yeah, I don't know.
I just find me being pessimistic. Like I avoid any disappointment.
1-0 Germany, no luck.
When's the first England sub coming? When is it? He said the hour mark.
Should have been 12 minutes ago.
I just
we are just Colvin level.
I know.
So your 10 minutes behind. No, there's a goal celebrated. The Carl's just going to sit there and think, oh no, there's a goal.
It's like, I can't wait till we're actually at the game so you can actually see what I'm like, because I've been so subdued because I'm always behind everyone.
oh.
Honestly, but that's the thing why I've given the advantage to England. But despite Harry Kane and his relative and not, he's been relatively anonymous this whole tournament, but if he can just get it on a platter, he can finish, man. And Havertz is probably the closest thing to a finisher on this Germany team. Like, Max Kruse, he's old. That guy can finish, though. That guy can finish. I like Max Kruse a lot. I'd rather have him leading the line as a striker. But
they're not in the fucking squad.
I just think, don't get me wrong, I haven't watched every minute of England's games.
Yes, you have.
No, I didn't watch any of the Czech Republic game because we were playing Croatia at the same time, of course. But
Sancho warming up.
I feel as though
wow, Sancho warming up
in different forums and stuff. It doesn't feel like, even watching this, like, you don't feel excited by the way England are playing. There's not
it's not fast paced.
I feel like they're stuck in second gear. I feel like they can go up a gear. They're just not doing it. Don't get me wrong, in this game, Germany haven't really done that either. But
yeah, exactly.
It's like a granddad driver. It's getting there, but it's slow.
Yeah, but you think 4 games in should be enough to feel settled within the tournament and settled within your game plan, and you can go and try and properly have a right goal and up that tempo. Because it's not, and don't get me wrong, you won't give a damn if you go through, you don't care how you play. But
England are boring to watch. They are.
Yeah. What are the odds right now?
I think I've actually seen more than the Newcastle game this season.
That's a hell of a statement.
Well,
Switch it. Fucking hell.
Yeah, right.
Honestly.
Right now, England are slight favorites to win in regular time compared to Germany. They are slight favorites to get the winner if you're going to bet within 90 minutes.
I think if England are going to win, it's going to be regular time. I think if it goes to extra time, I think Germany will find a way.
Yeah, I think it'll be a substitution. That makes the difference.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, obviously you never know, but I just, like I said, I don't have much faith in this Germany team. I just very unconvinced. Like you guys said, we know England are boring to watch, but guess what? They've won 2 out of the 3 games, 1-0. With Germany, it was 1-0 loss, 4-2. Whoa, crazy, exciting, attacking.
just
then
as mighty
Hungary,
Scotland.
2-2. What?
Just as mighty Scotland, they couldn't get past.
Yeah. But you know what you're getting with England, but with Germany, it's too up and down, up and down. It's inconsistent. This is the boring performance from both teams. You expect it of England, and I think they'll still nick it, but with Germany, it's like I don't
Give
know.
them something to worry about. Split them. Because Kane's not going to move his way around, is he? He's not got the move. He doesn't want to move or can't.
Get either defensive midfielder Trippier and Kane off and get Grealish, Foden, either Rashford or Calvert-Lewin. I don't think Calvert-Lewin's on the bench.
No, he's not.
That's pathetic.
Like, why isn't he on the bench?
That's pathetic.
Because, frankly,
Rashford, won't he?
yeah, but if you're going based on the way both of them sort of ended the season, I think Calvert-Lewin, was probably slightly.
Jesus, what was that, man? Speaking of goalkeeper, as you say, the Spanish goalkeeper, my God.
What he must be thinking.
That error.
Yeah, well,
Makes me
a few.
make less bearable.
To be fair, I think no matter what any goalkeeper does in this tournament, they're going to have to go some way to match the calamity that David Marshall experienced.
Yeah, I want to see Germany. I want to see Germany bring on like Kevin Volland or something like that, because that's the number 9 I would say should be
Has he
out
been
there.
used yet?
Huh?
Has he been used yet?
I don't think so. I don't think so. He had a good season. He had a good season with AS Monaco last year. 16 goals, 7 assists. Good Monaco team finally after a few years being kind of crap, but Volland is a decent player.
See, that was far too easy for Germany to play that out there. By the way, like there was no real press on the defenders to stop them being able to comfortably pass it about.
Oh, that's a free kick.
I actually want Musiala out there. Jamal Musiala. I want him out there for Germany. I would sub him on.
Sterling goes down. What a shocker.
That was a free kick.
It was a free kick, yeah.
Speaks perfect English, Tony Cruz. I only know that because he was Gareth Bale's only mate at Real Madrid. Because he used to do all the translating for Gareth Bale.
Yeah, because I think that was one of the things that the Madrid fans really hated about Bale.
Yeah, refused to get involved in the Spanish culture and wanted to go and play golf. So, like team nights out and team meetings, Tony Cruz would always be the one to say, "Do you want to go?" But Tony Cruz wouldn't go because he's like won't drink. He's very like proper strict. He used to do the translating for Gareth Bale.
I just think you've got to either fully commit to it and go, right, I'm going to go and learn this. I mean, like Bale doesn't really speak any English, but is doing terrific things at Leeds. You either really commit to it, or you don't, and you just stay with what you've got and have translators. Because if you try and go in the middle and do like Joey Barton when he was at Marseille, you know,
what with his French accent?
Yeah. How you say Le Baton?
I reckon Bielsa can speak English. I just don't think he's confident speaking English. A bit like Pochettino for the first couple of years.
Probably. He'll certainly know some English.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
All right, bro. I've been holding in a piss for too long. I can't fucking do this.
Make sure you're on mute. Well done, Maguire. He's done well there, mind. And that's a free kick. That's a free kick, that.
Did I give it?
He's done well there.
I think a change is needed here, lads.
I think for both teams, to be honest.
Even 24 minutes to go, I thought there'd have been a change before now.
There we go. Mr. Jones.
There you go, Grealish. Oh, both are making changes.
And Nabry,
yeah, he's one I think Arsenal missed the boat on a bit, Serge Gnabry. I think he was...
Yeah, he peaked late, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he was awful at West Brom.
Oh, he was really bad there.
Yeah, the game is done. Like, it's to watch it.
I'm just hoping that these two come on and give us a spark. You do something.
Oh, we've got a dog. We've got a mascot.
This is my Chihuahua.
Is it a boy or girl?
Huh?
Is it a boy or girl?
He's a boy. It's a boy.
What's he called?
His name is Nook. Nook.
Nook.
Yeah.
Timo Werner off for Gnabry.
Did you have a second dog called Cranny? Nook and Cranny.
Nookie.
No, my other dog's name is Gidget. She's a Schnauzer.
A Schnauzer? Where's the Schnauzer?
Yes.
Where's Gidget?
She's probably just in the sunroom. She loves just sitting in the sunroom, and when it's super sunny outside, she'll just sit in the sun and just lay there. Huh?
I think with all much big their cats in attack right now and we've seen so far for the last
To say Carl's dog's massive.
Yeah, she's a big girl. Big old 10.5 stone French Mastiff.
Oh, it's just huge, like.
Oh, that's a big dog. You're going to have to watch that one when the Baba arrives, because that could go wrong.
Yeah, she's soft as shit, mate, but she just doesn't know her size. That's the issue.
What you should definitely do when your baby gets to maybe 2 or 3 or something, get like a wee sort of doggy saddle and actually put her on the master.
Yeah, we were talking about it the other day because my brother's little and met her for the first time. He's only like 6 months, but I was saying we'll have to get a saddle and just put him on it. I don't know. I think I'd have preferred Grealish to come on for Sterling rather than Salah.
I would have agreed with that. I'd have been taking Sterling off, personally.
Yeah, same here.
But you've got to wonder then with changes like that, whether or not, and it sounds insane to say it when there's still 20 minutes of regulation time to go, but is there in the back of Southgate's mind thinking, who are the players I want to keep on the pitch in case this goes to extra time and penalties?
True.
That's why, like, have you guys heard, like, with the Italy game the other day, do you think Chiesa was brought on too late? Because he was subbed on the 80th minute, but he got the game winner? Do you think that was too late of a sub?
Well, I guess
in hindsight, you would say no, but you probably want him on a bit earlier.
I don't think it was. I didn't have an issue with it. Because games are not.
The officials bailed Italy out big time. I mean, Arnautovic's goal, he is off, but I mean he's fractionally off. Even after that, Austria have got a stonewall penalty if the flag doesn't go up for offside as well. So they got away there a couple there, but
yeah.
At the end of the day, as long as you get the job done, then the
momentum, tempo.
Yeah.
It's
Fuck is that? The fuck is that?
Offering nothing.
It's very slow.
This is all Southgate. This is classic Southgate team.
Carl's dad's not happy.
He just said he's holding it back because I'm on air. I said, don't bother, just let it rip.
Let it go. Come on, camera. Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, this is Newcastle Fans TV. Trust me, we have heard everything and anything that could possibly be said about
Absolutely.
how football could be.
He's been booked then. Hasn't he already been booked?
I thought it.
Has he been booked?
No,
I thought he'd been booked first half.
Who was the referee that done that in the 2008 Euros? Booked a Croatian player 3 times before he sent him off.
That was Graham Paul.
That's the one. Yeah, the things that can happen. I mean, how do you book a player 3 times?
I think did he retire straight after that? I'm sure he didn't stay in the game long.
Look, free kick. Look, there's nobody. What's he going to do?
He's got no one around him either.
What's he going to do with that?
Fucking shocking.
Where's
Fucking worse than the Czech Republic, isn't this?
Yeah, you just wonder, look, we scraped through, and there's no chance of us
In
beating
the Czech
someone
Republic
like
game, he did
Switzerland.
score like 16 minutes in or something.
I've just seen Stu had to walk around the pitch. It starts to come towards full time. Stu had to go around the pitch.
Yeah. I thought you said Shearer there. I was like, what's
So
he
did I. I was looking for
just to
shit.
run around the pitch to go for a slash. I have to say, so far, this has been the worst of the knockout stage games that I have seen.
Yeah, this is terrible.
I think Sweden, Ukraine's not very attractive to watch, I don't feel, but this is awful.
Sweden can play.
Well,
Sweden
even
can play
to me,
football.
on a day where England are playing Germany at Wembley in front of 40,000 fans, that Sweden Ukraine has a chance of being more entertaining than that. I don't know that I believe that. It's just, I don't know what it is. I feel like both teams have been reluctant to actually just
Petrified?
Yeah, they seem basically petrified of each other, and just baffles me. Like, are both going to be happy for it to go to extra time? Because I wouldn't. If I was England, I would not want it to go to extra time at all.
Yeah.
I mean, if this goes to penalties, we all know that Southgate's definitely coming the roots back on to right the wrong for 96.
Revenge, isn't he? Once,
yeah, he's going to take the last penalty. I think they should do that. I think they should change penalty shootouts so that once all the teams taking it before it goes back round, after the goalkeeper, the manager should have to take a penalty.
That would be fucking hilarious.
did you know
Steve Bruce taking up in the FA Cup final for Newcastle?
penalty shootouts in the MLS when it first started was completely
Yes,
different
in '96 they take it, you dribble it. Yep.
from the halfway line and try and score.
Isn't that kind of similar to ice hockey?
Hockey,
Exactly.
yeah, hockey shootout. Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it'd be much more difficult to score in hockey. I mean, if I could dribble up to the penalty spot and then get a shot away, I'm probably going to score.
But it gives the goalie a much better chance of saving it if you have to dribble like you're in a one-on-one.
Yeah, I think maybe back then it would have because keepers could come off the line. Now that they've got static.
One.
Yes! Yes! Raheem Sterling! It's coming! I told you guys. It's coming! These people, they don't listen to me. They don't listen to me. I told them that they were going to win. Raheem!
I cannot watch.
The Germans not very happy on our stream.
I cannot watch a tournament where England just go through it and win the whole thing by winning 1-0.
1-0.
I told you they would win 1-0.
To the England. 1-0 to the England.
Fucking
Like 1-0
Germany.
to the Arsenal, 1-0 to the England.
England.
Great low ball by Shaw, mind.
Was. That was nice. It was a very nice goal.
Great ball. It's a great ball, that.
Sterling once again vindicates his starting. His starting in the starting 11.
Get it.
3 goals.
Now it's park the bus time now.
This could break the game up because this will force Germany now to have to. They're going to have to now come out.
They don't give a shit. This German team doesn't give a shit. You think this is going to bother them?
When their backs were against the wall against Hungary, they found a way.
The princess does approve.
I have not seen anything from Germany in fucking years that screams urgency, give a fuck, that low is not.
Teams are out. Who you support next round? They're all out.
Denmark.
Anyone who's playing England.
No, I don't have anything against England. I have nothing against England.
Right, that mind.
I don't have anything against England as a team.
They're going to equalise it.
A lot of the players are good players. I just can't stand the English media. They think they've won every tournament before this. I mean, I'm telling you, Steve, you don't know what it is like here. If England win this, every single pundit in English media are going to be celebrating like the trophy is already in.
They're going to be like, ooh, oh yeah.
Already. It's coming home. We'll be playing on the radio for days after this.
It's coming home circle jerk. Yeah, no kidding. But hey, you know what? If they win the tournament and all that, play it. If it comes home, then play it all you want. That's cool. Whatever.
Not over yet, because I know the tournament.
Easier for you as an American to say, trust me as a Scot. If England win this tournament, if they win any tournament,
someone at face Canada.
I'd be as well immigrating to somewhere else.
It's insufferable.
As I'm British, I'm very happy.
There you go.
Great header. It's nearly knocked Maguire out.
Put him under.
I didn't look like it. That looked more like it hit his face as
It's a
opposed
bit
to
like Murray, though, isn't it? Andy Murray, when he wins, he's British.
Oh, yeah, that all the time. He loses, he's Scottish.
Seriously, though, I'm not expecting anything out of Germany. They're gonna lose 1-0. I don't see it. I'll be amazed and very happy, but I'm not like, oh my god, I'm so surprised.
Well,
It's still, even if England get through, right, 1-0, it's still not a comprehensive performance.
no,
But it doesn't matter because it's a knockout.
Like I said before, they're going to need at some stage in this tournament to score more than one goal.
Yeah.
Because if they get to
Probably.
maybe the next round, if it's, I wouldn't rule Sweden out of getting a goal if it was them that played. Semi-finals, you've got the potential of playing Denmark and 4 past Wales. So again, you never know. And in the final, I think you're going to be playing Italy or Belgium in the final, personally. So whoever gets there from this side of the draw.
There's definitely a few piss heads in that stadium, like.
As they should. Enjoy it. It's a hell of an experience. Don't begrudge you that.
Go on.
Get back in your position. Get back in your position.
Where is it? The quarter-final use would be in Rome, wouldn't you? In the quarter-final, I think. That'd be your first game outside of Wembley.
Yeah, it's a way if only one if we get through this round.
Bucharesti.
Yeah.
Full house.
What's he got on? See it.
I'm not saying that just yet. Not yet.
10 minutes to go. If there is a country in the world who can score in the 94th minute, it is probably Germany.
Yeah.
Not this Germany, sadly.
Oh, listen, I think.
Pressing high now. Time to get him in with a pace.
I think that if you were in Germany,
Get around him, make that run.
the Germans to the national German press, they go out of this tournament 1-0 to a bang average, even performance would be an embarrassment to them.
This is embarrassing, but it's what you have Joachim. It's the same thing.
What are you doing?
Same thing with Steve Bruce.
Oh.
Fuck you.
Oh, he's missed. He's missed. Oh, what a
What's that? You German
What are you
schnitzel.
Sterling?
How is he missed that?
I have no idea. Don't even tell me what happens. I don't know if you guys are freaking out because of England or Germany.
Oh my word.
I mean,
Kyle Walker bombing back to put the pressure on him.
how has England not conceded a goal there?
should have been a goal.
Awful.
You need good fortune. You need to get lucky to win these tournaments. That's the thing.
Over the people.
Muller.
Oh,
Still-
dear me.
I still haven't seen what you guys are. I'm not.
You'll see it in a few seconds. It's a shocking.
Yeah, I'm on 80-20. Also, Havertz.
No,
Come on! Come on! Come on!
This is it. What? How?
Motherfucker! That's why you need someone like fucking Max Cruz. You're a fucking finisher.
The thing is, Pickford does go down there enough time that he could have even gone over the top of
Chipped it.
Yeah.
I love Muller. I love
don't
Thomas
think-
Muller. He's a
I think
playmaker,
Germany
though.
will get a better chance than that to equalise in this.
Field back.
Motherfucker.
Midfield. Good lad.
That's the one chance. That's the one chance. They might get one more.
That's a huge
Because
miss.
they don't have a natural striker out there.
That is a miss that Joe Winton would be proud of.
Come on.
Best chance of the game as well.
What is Kane, bro?
Come on, who's on the keeper?
What is Kane doing?
Fucking
Lazy
asshole.
bastard.
Love. Swear to God.
Get him off.
He's a liability at the moment.
He's been a liability the whole tour.
Oh, brilliant, lad.
Oh,
They really are stifling Gosens and all these like.
Oh, he's offside.
God damn.
The Mackham's coming on.
he's on there to do the heads, to do the talking.
Yeah, but you've got Phillips and
Strange substitution by Germany, isn't it? Oh, they make
Jordan Henderson on his way.
I think I might just pull the shutter on my camera because I really need a cigarette and I'm not sure how it works about smoking on YouTube. So just in case,
You can smoke on YouTube. Tabs and fine.
you can smoke on YouTube, can you? Yeah.
Serge Gnabry's not a natural. I love Gnabry, but he's not a striker. Kevin Volland is a striker.
I am still here just in voice.
Well, what I'll do, I'll just put you in the background, then I'll bring you back in.
Jordan Henderson on.
Yeah, he's coming on. Yeah.
That's a good sub. Fucking Emre Can, are you fucking kidding me?
It is a weird change, that, isn't it?
What the fuck is that?
I think they're making a double. I think Sané's coming on as well.
Okay, Sané's that. Where's the striker? Where's the fucking striker?
Feels good someone in Germany getting upset.
I shouldn't be getting upset because I've been so fucking pessimistic. But at the end of the day, it's still fucking. Ugh. You don't need to be. Yes, Leroy is awesome. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Come on.
Johnny
Give it out,
He's a good footballer as well, you know.
I know, but he's just, he must be injured.
I don't know what's him on another, and he looks like he's on bromide.
How? Get him off! He can't stand up.
Looked like he's hammered, didn't he?
Yeah.
Why are England fans so nervous? Jesus.
Because fucking Germany and our record against
They're
Germany.
good.
He's on.
It's that Germany team in 2010. You had close. He scored what 6 goals that tournament.
Who's that?
Declan Rice. Knackered, didn't he?
Go on, drive that in.
Stop getting to that's it. That's the bar.
Go on, Grealish.
What?
Go on, Grealish.
Game, set, and match. England are going through the quarters. He's got his goal.
Get in.
You spoily bastard.
Get in. Frank says 2-0. Game over. Huge relief.
You deserved it. You took your fucking chances. You took your chances.
Luke says Harry Kane.
Beautiful little brummy bastard. Get in.
Get in there. Where's our Croatian friend gone?
He fucked off. Yes.
Did he say Germany 1-0? There it is.
Shit.
I feel like a fucking idiot for putting $50 on a fucking Germany win.
I mean, it was 2-1, mate. I don't blame you.
No, he's on.
He's on eye.
Get in.
There you go. That's that striker's instinct. I get DBL when England lose.
You're not expecting.
What is he on about? What's DBL? England gonna get knocked out.
This is
Not
no
today.
comment. This is
Not
no
today.
comment. It's no comment.
getting
There's definitely be the VAR there, like we've done say. They're both on side.
Big confidence boost this win in Germany 2-0.
Yep. Because they scored more than 1 goal and a clean sheet. Remember, this fucking German team lost to fucking North Macedonia. It's so fucked. So
You're all right, Steve. When you've had 4 chances to try and win this tournament.
what?
You've had 4 chances to try and win this tournament.
You know what? And Yogi Love is the one that's fucking losing out because he had a great reputation. He won the World Cup with Germany. But you know what? He's fucked it because he is overstaying his welcome as the manager, and he thought he could fucking do it. And he fucking can't anymore because no one listens to him. No one gives a shit. This fucking German team doesn't care. In the big games, they're fucking atrocious.
Frank de Boer said,
Hansi Flick has got a lot of work to do because the mentality of this team is fucking horrific.
Frank de Boer has resigned.
He's another shit manager
He
that
resigned earlier on today, Frank de Boer.
Yeah.
he's a shit manager.
Awful.
Good. He's good with Ajax. Like,
That is the first time in this tournament when I have seen Harry Kane get into that area. That's where he needs to be.
yes,
Um,
you're the striker.
They were going to have to score more than 1 goal eventually, and they have done.
And it's against Germany. And it's against Germany because they fucking they took off Ginter for fucking Emre Can.
Carl, just put your feet up and just relax and enjoy it.
Bunch of fucking assholes.
I am, mate. I am.
Who the fuck plays Leroy Sané as a fucking left wing back?
Well, here's the question then: who's the more likely to be the banana skin in the quarters, Sweden or Ukraine?
Sweden.
Yeah,
We don't have a good
world-class.
record against Sweden.
We did knock them out of the World Cup though at the exact same stage.
Yeah,
Actually,
we did 3 years ago, but we've got an awful record against them. I think it's only one win in something like 40 years or something stupid like that.
Do you think not playing it at Wembley will have an impact?
It's hard to say that.
The thing is, if you get through that, you've got a semi and a final at Wembley. I mean, it's
I've got a semi right now. We're beating Germany 2-0 in a major tournament.
Yeah, I must say this is probably the worst German side I've ever seen.
It's fucking dog shit. Yeah.
But fair play to England, for 75 minutes it was bang average. They've managed to pull it out though in the end.
And he'll go as well, Joachim Low.
Great. I don't want to see his fucking stupid face again or his fucking fingering
He's
his
just having a
ass.
wee- He was just having a wee snack there on a booger there, Joachim Low.
His 1970 haircut.
He thinks he is bigger than fucking the national team. He thinks you won a World Cup. That's fucking great, but you gotta know when the players just aren't listening to your fucking message. 2018 World Cup showed that. Germany set their squad.
The players he's been fortunate enough to manage in his time in Germany, even going back as far as their home World Cup in Berlin in 2006.
Yeah, in 2006, yeah.
For him to have only won one tournament seems quite extraordinary. Like, they've not won a Euros on top of that World Cup. I just don't know how they've not. I think that's the thing. People talk about England's golden generation. I think Germany's golden generation has to by without winning anything as well, really.
Yeah. Yep. I am excited about Hansi Flick, though. I'm very, very excited. Because what he did at Bayern last year when he took over, they were fucking phenomenal. Best team in Europe pretty much the whole year. A sextuple.
This lad that just came on, he's playing for England's youth side.
Can't lie. As a proud Scot, seeing England getting through this is starting to give me the fear that they might actually go in.
Are you happy you've tuned in, Connor?
Oh.
Oh, that little girl's crying. Fucking hell.
Do you know what?
Long ball into the fucking
If
box.
England did go and win this, at least I can say we're the only team that didn't beat.
These fucking dickheads playing long balls into the England box, but with no fucking target striker. You have fucking Kevin Volland sitting on his ass. He could
What
fucking...
team does your dad support, Carol? Is he a Newcastle man or Villa man? Or?
Oh, he's from Newcastle, mate.
Oh, he's good stuff.
Yeah, bring on Musiala for fucking 3 minutes. That's awesome. See, you're making the little German girl cry.
And that's just Steve in this week.
See, the thing is, like, I don't get so angry about Newcastle because I have never seen a great Newcastle team. I've never seen them win anything. I am so used to them being mediocre to dog shit that I don't get pissed off when they get, like, fucking fucked. But Germany, that's a completely different story. It's just fucking hell. Seen them win a fucking World Cup. So, England losing the finals from the Czech Republic.
Brandon, man, why did you come on?
No. England can't play the Czech Republic in the final, Brandon. They can only play them in the semi-final.
Yeah.
Should they get there? And I would I would say if I was England,
Oh, fucking
I
sir.
would absolutely want the Czech Republic more than Denmark in the semi-final. Should they get there, of course, because
Fucking Ed Sheeran.
it would be
Dude.
class. England beat Germany, lose to Sweden or Ukraine. But
Massive morale boost and win this. I know the performance isn't great, but it's a huge boost to morale.
that will be.
Mentally, it's a huge thing. This.
Yeah, I think as well. See, just seeing a scoreline that isn't 1-0 as well, make it feel a more positive. They would still be positive, but I think
Yeah, the celebrations are going to come here by the players. This will mean a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Blow the whistle.
It says everything you need to fucking know about Germany right now. If England couldn't get 2 goals. England couldn't get 2 goals past fucking Scotland, Czech Republic, and all these other fucking teams.
They couldn't get 1 goal past Scotland.
Nuke, it's coming home, Nuke. It's coming home, Nuke.
I think this is the thing. If you're an England fan, this is what you have to compromise, because Gareth Southgate's style might not be attractive, but it works. You know, semi-final, quarter-finals at the Euros, you have to be favourites to get to the semi-final at least now. I think it would be a huge disappointment if you didn't, so maybe that's the compromise you need to make. Not attractive football, but still progressing further as well.
Absolutely not.
What a fucking weird.
What was the game? Well, Brandon will be talking about the game in just a second, but England are through, everybody, 2-0 against the Germans, and they'll wait the winner of tonight's game.
I can wrap up the game in 2 sentences. 2 dog shit managers. One is clearly fucking better than the other, and they have an actual fucking striker, and they have a home crowd, and they won.
I think that was more than 2 sentences.
It was pretty even for most of the game, but England put their 2 chances away. Germany, that Muller one was massive for me.
If Muller scores that, this goes to extra time. Because
That's
if
it.
Muller scores that, it gets more tense again. Germany can tighten up a bit more and go, do you know what, we'll get extra time and we'll do this. Him missing that just gives England that second win to go right. And that jolt to realise we maybe need a second goal here just to be sure of this.
Message for Steve, fellow member Frankie.
You know what? Honestly, they might. I think they're at least second favorites to win.
Are you going to put an England shirt on next?
I'd have to buy one. I don't have one.
I think, personally, England can win this, but I think they need to, because I think if they get to the final and they play Belgium and Belgium turn up, I think that's of an ask. I mean, we've seen when they played Belgium in the World Cup, even in the third place playoff or something like that. But I think
Claude Makelele.
that's probably Belgium and Italy. That's the 2 teams England need to keep an eye on now, really, because if you didn't get past, to at least the semi-finals, there's something would have to go wrong, I think.
Yeah, we were all thinking, oh God, group of death, Carl, group of death. Beat Germany though, and then there was a little bit of that hope. If you beat Germany, then you've got that easier running towards the final. I know it's on paper, but realistically, you would expect England to put out Sweden or Ukraine.
Definitely, I just think, like my dad's just said there, we can get clouded by the fact that we've won 2-0 and that Gareth Southgate's doing a good job. I think if we play like we have done for the first 80 minutes, we're going to struggle to beat the likes of Sweden. Teams like Hungary have done.
I just don't understand why no team has been able to. Look, I don't think, and maybe it's with my saltire tinted glasses on, but I genuinely don't think England's defence is that good that they should have kept 4 clean sheets in a row. I don't see why teams can't score. I mean, today, Lady Luck's hand slightly shone on England with another chance, but
but you need Lady Luck.
I still think teams can score against this England defence, because I'm not. It sounds harsh when they've not conceded, but I'm not convinced that the clean sheets reflect how good a defence it actually is.
Absolutely, I think Lee. I think you'll be the same. I'm worried. I'll be worried about that Sweden game if that's what comes about. Either of them.
It's on us, isn't it? It's on us to now. This one is like 50-50. It's Germany, it's England. But even if Germany won this one, the emphasis would have been on Germany to beat Sweden next or Ukraine. So the pressure's now on England. Whoever we get tonight, I'm not bothered either way. Sweden are very workmanlike. Ukraine are more nicer on the eye, I feel, especially on the wings. But I take either one of them.
Yeah,
Bring on the yellow, whichever one.
definitely.
Yellow and blue, yeah.
Both of them, yeah.
I think you would much rather want Ukraine.
Oh, you would. I think so. But then Ukraine have a couple of players in there that can hurt you. I mean, who was it? The wonder goal. Yarmolenko. He proved if you give him a bit of time and space, he can ping one in like that. And no keeper was saving that when he struck that against the Dutch. But I do think it is on England. I think the onus is now to go building this, perform a lot better in the quarters and get to. Frankly, they should be getting to the final. But
it's never just on paper. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Denmark have the wind in their sails right now. They seem to have performed right, smack bang at the right time. That could be the one that might cause problems for England. I think them or Sweden would be.
Yeah, I think England, honestly, right now in this moment in time, because like all these teams that are left in the tournament, I've never been like, oh, I really trust you guys to get a result. But like, so then you have to go to the next best thing. What have you done recently? 4 clean sheets for England. It speaks for itself. Say what you want, whether they've actually deserved to have those clean sheets, but the fact still remains they got 4 clean sheets.
Sorry, but it goes in longer than that because the pre-tournament ones, they're all 0 against England too.
So they Southgate, say what you want about them again, but they are defensively sound, and I think that, and obviously they have all these games at home, except they have to go to Bucharesti and play either Sweden or Ukraine. But yeah, I would say England are my favorites because Belgium.
Games it's a distinct advantage. You have to be. I mean, England haven't actually lost a game in a tournament in 90 minutes that's been played at Wembley. When they lost in 96, obviously that was in penalty. So in a 90-minute game, even in 120 minutes, they've not lost at Wembley.
Well, good in 66.
So this is probably as close to World Cup 66 in terms of.
Had him on the channel. Hit me.
At Wembley, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see when they don't have the majority of the crowd at their back in Bucharest. That'll be a very much mixed crowd, I would imagine, that will turn up there.
England just really gotta fucking capitalize on this opportunity. You are not going to get a better chance than now. You will not with this. They've got to convert on it, and I don't know. I just think Belgium, they're a very good team. They're probably second favorites for me. Or Italy, maybe. I don't, because Italy's gone 30-some fucking games unbeaten.
Oh, can I just say, I hope to Christ we don't have a Euros final that's Italy v England, because that will be like watching paint dry. You're talking 2 teams who haven't conceded a goal. Also,
Italy conceded.
Italy haven't been laying goals on other teams. I mean, good God, that's got 0-0 and penalty shootout written all over it, really.
Italy played attacking.
Well, soon it'll be about half an hour. I'm going to start scoring the players very shortly. Does any of you lads want to stay or jump off? It's up to you guys if you just want to hang about.
I'll stay.
Yeah, I'll hang about.
Carl, you sticking around? Are you heading off?
I'm going to shoot back to my mate, but I'll try and jump in when I'm back.
Right, no bother. We'll let you shoot off, then we'll start scoring the players.
Cool. I'll speak to you. I'll try and jump in a bit anyway, Le.
Right, no bother. Speak to you. Right, so what we're going to do now is start to score the players, and then we're going to be wanting you guys in. I'll start pasting the link in the description if you want to come on. We'll have you on at about 7:30 if you want to have your say on England, the Euros, whatever you want to talk about. So you'll see the link in the description now. In the
How
live
dog shit Germany are. Talk
yeah,
about
we'll
that.
talk about the German. Yeah, if you support 4 nations like Steve, yeah, by all means, get me digging.
Yeah, you're German, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, die sehr gut, fantastisch, wunderbar, die Mannschaft. Out, done it
Die
all.
Mannschaft scheiß.
Scheiße.
Yeah, no. Sprechen Sie Deutsch, that's about the only thing I can say in German.
Ich nur in Lieb. Ich nur in Lieb.
Ich sei Charlie, wie heißt du? Right then, we'll go left to right. So obviously I'll start with the goalkeeper for me. Definitely a contender for man of the match, Jordan Pickford. I think in the first half he was calm, which I don't normally say about Pickford. Obviously we've seen him in the Premier League. You see him as erratic, wasn't that? He was very calm today. Obviously that tip over the second half. I'm going to give Jordan Pickford a 9 out of 10. He's one of the England's higher performers, to use great lads.
100%.
I would go 8 out of 10, only on the basis that, in all fairness, he did make a couple of good saves. Germany didn't have that many real gilt-edge opportunities that you wouldn't expect him to have saved. He's not had a great game, and it's a contender for man of the match. I just think 9's too high given the actual amount of chances he had to face.
I think the distribution was good as well, but I'm going to score him pretty high. Another one did pretty well there. I'm going to come to you, Steve. Queuing Trippier today.
Trippier is very sound. Sam said immense. It wasn't super amazing because no one in this England team outside of Pickford and Sterling, like the goals. The goals are huge. So I'm gonna say Trippier is probably like a 7. Clean sheet. Did his job in a new system too. Adapted. 7.
7 for Kieran Trippier. Wasn't really tested though, was he, Connor, down that side?
No, I don't think it was. I think he had probably an easier evening down that side than he would have thought. I think he was still fairly confident when he had the ball, but I think I'd probably go sort of 6.5 just because he wasn't that busy down that side, I think, for me.
Okay. You've got Kyle Walker. Connor?
Kyle Walker. I think an 8 would be fine for Kyle Walker. I think he definitely rescued Declan Rice by being in the right position to prevent a red card. I think he held his own, held his position. He didn't do what you would expect Kyle Walker to do going forward. You normally see him grabbing the ball and bombing down the parkway at times. He did do a lot of that, but I think defensively he was fairly strong, fairly steady.
Steve, do you feel that this is England's best way to go into the next game, or do you think Southgate only brought Walker into play there because obviously he's been playing right back and moved him across with 3 at the back? Do you feel that'll change for Sweden or Ukraine?
I think that he went with Kyle Walker because of, Southgate actually rated Germany because they have a bunch of, players that can run fast, and that's pretty much that's pretty much it with Germany. They do fuck all besides that, but like Werner, very fast. So he's obviously in for pace, bailed out Declan Rice. Yeah, I would say probably go with 4 at the back against Sweden. But then again, Kulusevski's he's a very good player. He's quick, can dribble. He set up that Emil Forsberg goal against. I forget who that was against, but Kulusevski's going to be one of the guys on Sweden that you're going to have to look out for if they advance, of course. But I would say Kyle Walker did his job today. Absolutely. And that's one of his strengths. He's pretty versatile. But pretty impressive.
Probably because I'm English, he's probably higher than what I should be, but maybe Maguire might perform better than Stones. I think our 2 centre-backs were barely tested to accept the chance when Muller goes through. I think that's when the only time England was stretched. Stones was brilliant today. Again, you talk about Germany. How many chances did Germany have? I had 2, really. So that goes to show you how well performed. John Stones, for me, I would like to see England play just both the back going in against Sweden and Ukraine. I don't want to see.
Yeah, I agree.
If that means Walker goes back to right back, Trippier drops out, whatever it is, it looks good with Stones and Maguire personally, but I'm going to give John Stones a 9. Steve, you've got Maguire, who was a beast at the back.
Yeah. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Him and Stones have been very good this tournament. And there are two players that I think a lot of people will be like, oh, he's shit. He's tall, slow, whatever. But like, man, they're really showing their worth to England and their club teams. I'm very impressed. Like, he dealt with everything. Like he dealt with stuff. He fit into the challenge. Wasn't reckless. He stuck on. I don't know what else to say. He was just really fucking good, and it doesn't help that Germany were atrocious. But yeah, say a 9.
Would you agree, Connor? Do you think that was Maguire's? Because he's been criticised, obviously not being fit. Is this the best performance by a defender so far in the tournament for England?
Yeah, probably. I think as much as it can be, because like you say, Germany, there's only really 2-3 chances there. So you do have to take that into account, how busy the defender on the day. But I do think, but I don't think there's any question Harry Maguire's probably England's best defender. And I think England do defensively look a stronger unit with Harry Maguire in it than he's not. So I think 9 is generous, but it's wholly unfair.
Harry Maguire, 9.
Yeah.
We've got a bit of lag, everybody. So with all 3 of us, so we'll try and crack on. Luke Shaw. We'll go to you for this one.
Oh, to me?
Connor.
Sorry. Yeah.
I think 7 out of 10 for Luke Shaw. I think
he got the assists.
Yeah, but I feel like he had a quiet game. Otherwise, I don't remember him doing an awful lot with the assist. Don't get me wrong, he didn't play bad. The assist was great. We'll tack on a 0.5 for the assist, then he can have 7.5 for the assist. Just generally because other than the assist, I don't remember seeing him doing an awful lot of anything, either good or bad. So I think it was a fairly sort of decent average performance you would expect.
He didn't need to do anything super special. Yeah.
He's first and foremost, he's a defender, isn't he?
Yeah. That's why I think it's difficult when you're scoring the defenders, because you have to score defenders based on how they were tested as well. And I don't think they were. I think those defenders today are going back into that changing room going, They cannot believe how little they were tested in this year.
They didn't break a sweat, England's defense. But when they needed to, they got, they were focused enough to turn on. It's like it's like when a goalie is Pickford for a lot of the game was just standing around doing fuck all.
There was maybe 3 good chances. There was Werner, of course. Muller had was it Havertz's shot that was tipped over the bar?
That was a fucking bullet. Yeah.
Other than that,
the Muller chance,
comfortable sort of 90 minutes for England defensively. But to be fair, they still put in decent shifts when required. So
yeah. Well, that's all of our defenders. Remember, if you want to come on, we'll invite you on in about 15-20 minutes. If you want to have your say, Callum, we can see you in the background. Stay patient. We'll bring you in soon. I've got Declan Rice, who's currently being interviewed as we speak at the moment. Loved the bit where he was doing this with the crowd and trying to get the crowd up and everything like that, breaking the play up. I actually think he had a better game than Phillips today, actually. Phillips has been First game of the season, first game of the Euros. Phillips been outstanding. But I thought Declan Rice was brilliant today, so I'm going to score him an 8. And it's making, before the tournament started, we're all worried about Henderson's fitness. Henderson would have normally been first choice, but these two are an out winner in Jordan Henderson, even though I hate to say that, but he is at Liverpool, so he wins trophies there. But yeah, credit to Rice and Phillips. Steve, you've got Phillips.
I would say, probably, yeah. I don't think he was as good as Declan Rice. Again, they didn't need to be excellent today. But the thing is, right? I think Connor pointed out, at some point during the game, England don't throw a lot of guys forward, which is a negative sometimes. But that means you have a bunch of guys on defense, and they just fucking stifle whoever they play against recently, and that's why they only have 2 or 3 chances, and that's just really impressive. So, yeah, I would say a 7.5. He wasn't as he wasn't as on the ball as much. Yeah, I think a 7.5 wasn't bad.
Yeah, he wasn't coming as forward as what he has been in the first game. Probably because he's obviously worried what's behind him, because obviously you got a better ability around you with the Germans. But yeah, Calvin Phillips 7.5, and you've got the goal scorer, Connor, Raheem Sterling, 3rd of the tournament.
Well, first of all, where would England be without Raheem Sterling?
Home.
Because without Sterling, they would have drawn 3 games in the group stage 0-0, and we know 3 points wasn't enough to get through. He's been so important. I think tonight he was, for me, man of the match. And I think 10 out of 10 because I think he was an exceptional game tonight. He was a standout player in a game that for 70 minutes was otherwise bang average at best. So he was, I think, 10 out of 10 man of the match for me.
Yes.
Wow. The Scotsman's given Raheem Sterling a whopping 10 out of 10. And even the quarter Germans agreeing as well. So Raheem Sterling
100%.
to get 10 out of 10. Yeah, so Maguire 9, Sterling 10. I've got Saka, who I don't think was as bright as what he was previous game. I'm actually a little bit disappointed by him today, if I'm not going to lie. I might be harsh on what I'm about to give him, but I'm going to score him down as a 6.
That's not really harsh.
It's just above average compared to the rest of the England team. He's probably him and I'm not going to influence your decision on Kane, but Saka so far the worst one. Above average.
More generous than me, because in my head, when you said Saka, I went 5 out of 10. So he gave it more than I would have.
Because I'm English.
Yeah. I think
his place is under threat now for the next game against Sweden and Ukraine. Do you agree on that?
Grealish has to start. My opinion, Saka
Or Sancho
drops to the bench.
What Sancho? I mean, what's going on with him?
Jude Bellingham, same thing.
Or Bellingham or Sancho. Yeah, I think any one of them deserve to get that chance to start. It's not to be overly critical of Saka because he did okay in the previous game. But for me, at this stage of the tournament, you can't have players, just sort of being. It sounds harsh, but in this game, for me, he was just sort of along for the ride in the park. He didn't do anything himself that stood out, which you need at this stage. And I think Grealish looked much better when he came on the park than Saka did.
Okay, we'll move on to the strikeouts. Finally, we were talking. We were talking in the series. That goal in the put him on. You might go on a run here, but yeah, Harry Kane. Despite the goal, though, Steve, it was pretty sluggish. I still felt before the goal.
Yes.
Yeah. What are you going to score him? Tell us about his performance.
It was same exact thing as we've seen the other games. It wasn't anything remarkable. He wasn't a part of the build-up play, not really holding up the ball much. But he got a goal. And that's what a striker is for. To score the goal, get that header on. That's huge. That is absolutely massive for his confidence. I would say, I mean, just for the goal alone, he got 8. I would say an 8.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, because that second goal put Germany out of the fucking game. I would argue the first one did, because I knew that I knew that Germany were gonna lose this game. I had no confidence going in, and I sadly justified that second goal that killed the game. The
Well, the Muller chance is the big one, isn't it?
What?
The Muller chance 10 minutes before is the big one.
And that's the other thing. So you got to think about like this. If Muller does put that away, well, Kane probably,
Could be Muller Rice.
Yeah, and that could have been the game one.
That's gone over your head. I can see Andrew laughing in the background. That's just gone over the 2 of your heads there. Muller Rice.
Oh,
way.
Yeah, dear. That was more nice. I think you have to give Kane a bit of credit for the fact that, the one thing about Harry Kane that you get, and I'm not a massive fan of him, but it's undeniable in any game, whether it's for Spurs or England, when he's not playing well, he still goes. He's always giving it a right go, and he doesn't give up. And you need that, like I say, I think where he was when the ball was played in for the second goal, that's the first time I've seen him in that position in this entire tournament. And it shows, because that's why he gets a goal. That's where you need Harry Kane to be. So he did show a good bit of detail, especially because he missed that chance at the end of the first half. And I think we all thought that was his big moment in the game, that was his big chance, and it slipped through his fingers. But I think, a good bit of determination.
Yeah.
I also feel as well, I know this is a little bit off topic, but they were just showing it there on the cameras there, BBC, that when Rice brings down, I think it was Goretzka on the edge of the box, and Walker saved him a red card there because of that.
Yeah, seen that.
Different game. It's a totally different game. It's a red card.
Oh, yeah. I think it was a red card there. Germany probably because I think.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think naturally, because they don't throw a lot of bodies forward anyway, I think if they get down to 10 men, Southgate, at some point in the game, is being forced into having to bring off an attack for another defender and almost have to sit deeper, which creates a situation where you would have seen Germany get a lot more of the ball and a lot more chances, which would not have been good for England, I don't think. But yeah, that's why I thought Kyle Walker.
Wait, you talk about the goals. You've got Harry Kane there. Look at he's smiling now, even though England have won. I don't think Harry Kane would smile if England won and he didn't score. I think he's that kind of like selfish player a little bit. But like Ronaldo, where he's in for a little bit of himself, but he's got the goal, he's smiling, he's happy. But yeah, that's the starting 11. We'll move to the substitutions. We've got, I think it's only Grealish and Henderson. I think there's only 2 subs made. I don't think there's any more. Connor, you've got Grealish. You've just been speaking his praise there.
I think Grealish had a solid performance when he came on. I think for Grealish, I'd probably go 8.5 out of 10 for me. I think he wasn't on long enough to score higher than that, but he was definitely on long enough, to make him up, because you could see when he came on, there just seemed to be a lot more creativity in the final third from England and a lot more urgency. Which is why I still can't understand why he's not a regular start in that England team. I think he's too good to just be sat on the bench all the time. And I thought, I think he was a fairly good appearance for the bench.
So Jack Grealish gets an 8.5 from Connor, pretty high. Jordan Henderson, I've him. I'm just going to score him down the middle. To be honest with you, he came on fairly late, didn't he? So I'm just going to score Jordan Henderson a 5 out of 10, slap bang in the middle. Didn't really influence the game. Came on, England scored, or was it just after? His threat, as I say, is under he can't start because of the form of Rice and Phillips. Yeah. And again, going into the Sweden game, barring no injuries, I think Henderson has to bench for me. I think he is third choice. I think Bellingham's fourth choice at the minute. But Jordan Henderson 5 out of 10. But we've all got to try and agree on a Southgate rating. So what we normally do, Bruce, is look at the performance and then look at, okay, you're through. You got a 2-0 win against Germany, which looks really pleasing. The performance, for me, I'll start off, I don't think was great. I think England took the chances in a game that had few chances on both sides. I think it was only in total probably 4 or 5 shots on target each. Might not even be that much. Obviously, the gilt-edged one we talked about before was the Muller one. If that goes in, it's extra time, and it could be a totally different game. I think that's a big thing the Germans will talk about in the media tomorrow. But having said that, it's a nitty-gritty win. It looks good on paper. Professional 2-0 win over Germany. You played Croatia, you played Germany. Looked okay in spells. Scotland, we didn't look great. Czech Republic, we managed the game out. But I think England do need to go up a tempo. You kind of keep playing like that, I don't feel, because it's not attractive. Although we did score 2. I expect a better performance against Sweden or Ukraine next game out. Otherwise, I will be disappointed. But having said that, you've just beaten Germany. I'm going to pass Southgate 8 out of 10 today. Steve?
9.5.
9.5.
Yes, absolutely. Because there were so many positives you can take away from this England game. Harry Kane breaks his duck. You get more than 2 goals. You get a clean sheet. You stifle Germany, which is the most talented team. Low fucks up the whole fucking atmosphere and all that. But
I'm not sure you can put that down to Southgate, though, really. In terms of yes, but there's a large part of that also in the fact that Germany were very, very poor today as well. You have to take into account. I think personally, for me, Southgate should probably have made the Grealish change earlier. I would have made it 10 minutes into that second half, personally, because you saw the difference when Grealish came on. I think he needs to try. I would like to. I know he was a defender, but I would like to see him when the game's getting tight and it's not really nobody's doing much and they're feeling each other out and the game's there to the camera scruff of the neck. I'd like to see him out there in that touchline actually screaming at his players, urging them forward and saying, let's into this because it's there for the taking. And I think he doesn't do that enough. I think today, 8 out of 10 is probably fair because he did get the result, but I still stand by what I said throughout this tournament so far. Yes, they beat Germany 2-0. It's a fantastic result for England. But it's against the Germans who have not really, played well at all. And I think if they are going to win this tournament, they need to turn in a better performance than that because they are going to have to beat a Belgium or an Italy, in my opinion. And that's a tough ask if that's the performance you put in. Because Belgium, with De Bruyne, Lukaku, players like Witsel and others, Hazard, they will score. England, I don't think England will keep a clean sheet if they play Belgium, which is why they need a much more positive performance.
It's going to be high past the tempo for me.
Yeah.
Me and Connor are going to say 8, so you're saying 9.5.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that, what, he has a formula for how England are going to win games or at least advance and pick up points. And he's done that successfully 4 straight times. Harry Kane broke his duck. They stifled Germany, only allowed him 2 or 3 chances. I thought it was super impressive. He knows what he's doing. At no point during this stream, I was yelling and screaming and bitching and cussing up a storm when I saw the Germany subs. The 2 subs that Southgate made, I'm like, that makes sense. So I think it's huge for England. A 9.5.
It's a huge mentality boost, 100%.
That's the other thing.
Any team who beats Germany 2-0 in the competition will be ecstatic with that. No matter what nation in Europe. But yeah, we'll agree to give Scout Southgate an 8 out of 10. We're going to move on to next. We're coming up to 25:07. It is now. We're going to bring in the fans now. If you want to have your say, there is a link in the description. We do have Callum waiting, we've got Andrew Willen waiting, and we've also got Mr. Mulliner who's going to be coming on.
He can bequeath me with his really bad Scottish accents again, I'm sure.
Hey, laddie, I'll crush you like a worm. Sorry, mate, you got me. Right, okay, dokie. Do you guys want to stick around, or do you just want to head off?
Yes, I'll stick
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Right, okay then. Right, we'll bring in Callum. Hello, Callum.
What's going on?
All right, Callum.
Can't hear you, Callum. Give me a second. Try now. Oh,
Hello,
There it goes.
Oh man,
Steve,
it's
Steve,
coming home.
it really might. Seriously.
oh, you're changing your tune now, Steve, are you?
I gave Southgate a 9.5 for a reason. I was impressed because they.
Are you probably where you probably change your top to England top?
No, I'm not doing that.
I've already asked him that.
I have no ill will towards England. If they win, they deserve to win, and that's cool.
I reckon you should adopt England now because you speak English. Because you've adopted countries, so
Americans don't really speak proper English. They have got some. I mean, they don't even measure things properly over in America.
Oh yeah, we drive on the wrong side of the road. Yeah.
translate sneakers.
Let's work soccer off this American stuff. Callum, how do you feel about the England performance? Are you as optimistic as I am? I gave Southgate a pretty high rating. What are your thoughts?
I was complete mental the second half when England scored a goal. I just can't believe it. All these years that England beat Germany, it's unreal.
It's as you should, man. You should be excited for sure.
Super excited. It's a shame, but I know my close step there. He's at his mom's at the moment. He'll be back in this Friday. It's just me and my mom, and I can't believe how mad we are that the English got a goal, especially the second one, how it came. Brilliant. Revenge is sweet.
Are you more happy? Because we were talking the other day as well, Callum. That are you happy for Harry Kane as obviously breaking his duck in the Euros? Because now he's got his first one. Now you'd probably be expecting to go and get a couple more in the tournament.
Yeah,
happy for Harry Kane. You know he's done right now. And Harry Maguire. He's defensive as is my man in the match.
Maguire, why?
That's actually yeah.
His defending though was really good at the blocking anything.
Yes.
And are you happy with the three at the back, or would you change it to go just Stones and Maguire for Sweden, Ukraine?
I still pick it up for 4-4-2 week. I know those three is so difficult, but it's still right. Let's see how it goes between Sweden or Ukraine.
Who would you prefer?
I say Sweden.
Okay.
What did you make of
I mean, they're two very similar teams in terms of the quality and skill and ability.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
What did you make of Raheem Sterling's performance? Obviously, you've went Maguire man of the match. I went Sterling, solid 10 out of 10 for the Scotsman. I thought it was exceptional myself.
He's a good skill there. Sterling, he's just terrific because he's very good for Man City and he's still good for England.
Yeah, I think the type of performance he put in today is probably somewhere around where Pep Guardiola has been looking for at City this season, because he's probably not done that often enough. But I thought he was man of the match all day long.
I thought nearly half time.
Elliot's saying it's coming home, and then he's saying, I'm very happy it's coming home. I think Elliot's trying to send the message through. Elliot, you haven't been on for a while. Get yourself on. Tell us how you really feel, which is fantastic to say. England, everyone's going to be in spirit. There'll be loads of daft celebrations tonight. Bubson, you'll probably see them on the socials and stuff like that, which would be great to see. So, Callum, can England go away?
See how it goes. I just love to see that it's coming home for England. Let's go for England. Just come on, bring it home.
Steve, bring it home.
Man, they might. They seriously might. Why not? Yeah.
I'm just saying it just to wind you up. And Callum, you obviously look at all the people who've gone out the competition now. You look at Germany, you look at Portugal, you look at France, you look at Croatia. Probably missed one off. But there's some big teams that have gone out.
Oh yeah, Italy, I remember it. Belgium. Oh god.
And one of them is getting knocked out. Yeah.
You've got Italy, Belgium, and Spain on the other side.
Oh, thanks. If I choose out of them to go against in the final, probably Belgium or Spain.
Ooh.
Interesting. I'm not.
Yeah.
Would you not think they would be a harder task than Italy, Belgium? I think they would. I think Spain, to be fair to Spain, they didn't score the first 2 games and now all of a sudden they're scoring for fun. So I think that could be an issue. But I genuinely think, for me, I'm looking at the teams who are left. This has got to be either Belgium or England's years. If one of the two of them do not win this Euros, they do not get a better opportunity either side to win the Euros than they've got right now. The biggest hurdle should be each other on paper anyway, in my opinion.
Yeah, so we're going to say goodbye to Callum. Thank you very much for coming on tonight. Thank you very much for waiting.
It's no worries, and see you in a bit.
Yeah, see you in a bit. Cheers, Callum.
Enjoy the
Right.
week, man.
We've got Andrew, we've got Sam, we've got Elliot. Easy as that. Elliot just comes on like that. No fear. Love it.
Damn.
We're going to bring in Andrew. Hello, mate.
Hello, boys. You all right?
Yeah, I'm now, mate. Tell me what you think.
I was feeling great at 5 to 5.
Sorry, Lee, I'll let you control.
I was just saying, how you feeling after that? You relieved? You happy? You've got to be happy.
Mate, I remember being 9-year-old at my mate's house when we played Euro 96 Germany. And I felt the same way about 10 minutes before the game. I was saying to Miss, I wish they'd just hurry up and kick off. I feel 9-year-old again. And I put a post on my Facebook saying, I hope Southgate gets his redemption. Man alive, I'm happy he did. I never thought we would see England beat Germany in an actual knockout competition. If that, from my life, from 9 years old to losing in the World Cup to them, losing in the Euros, so you don't think it's going to happen there. So when it happens, you're like,
yeah. No, I've got an interesting question for you. So obviously there was that red card, the possible red card, and Kyle Walker bailed him out. I was thinking during the game, even if that was a red card on Declan Rice, I still think England would have advanced because this Germany team is so unconvincing. Do you agree with that, or do you disagree? Or it's kind of hard to make a kind of crazy guess like that. But I don't think that red card would have been like, oh, Germany's going to win now. I think England are. Well, Joe, what do you think about that?
Is that to me, Steve?
Yeah.
Sorry, just you broke up. I think you're right. I don't think it was a red card simply because the player was covering. I think it's hard to tell. Germany had a good chance with Muller. If Muller puts that chance away, then we are in panic stations, aren't we? 1-1. That's exactly the same happened to Euro 96. So when he put that wide, I think it was written that we were going to win.
Were you shocked, Andrew? Because I was like, oh, yeah, but I was like this. He's running through. Anything. It's Thomas Muller, big name, and somehow he's put it wide.
I said to the missus, if Germany could have picked a player to be on that, they would have picked Muller. And he's the one guy I hate in the German side. I appreciate him as a footballer, but he's a very dirty, tactical. He'll get you sent off if he can. And to see him have a cheer at the end of the match made it all worthwhile.
You hate the Germans more than what I do.
That's all right, man. I'm fucking pissed off at my German side, too. But yeah.
Yeah, Steve Van Abbey, four countries though, Steve. Come on, you need to let it go. Got to adopt England now, a bit like Connor has.
No.
Yeah, I think the rest of the countries in the world would have to cease to exist before I would adopt England.
Andrew, were you happy to? I'm going to put you on the spot here. Were you happy to see Scotland finish bottom and go out?
I'll be very careful here.
I was disappointed in a way because the way I look at it, if they get through, we might get them. It's an easy game. Like I said, as long as we beat them and we finish ahead of them, I'm a happy guy. I'd like to see
that point was against you. They're the only team you haven't scored or beaten yet. In this
exactly. Team. And I predict the Scotland team in a couple of years to have a half decent side. I honestly do, mate. I do. Yeah. I want to say one thing though. Today, Mbappe has been getting some horrendous. Supposed to be getting a battering on Facebook and whatnot.
Social media, yeah.
If Mbappe had scored 3 goals, winning goals for France in the Euros, like Sterling has, can you imagine the press he'd be getting?
Yeah, I think
Sterling, as much as I criticise him, he's done fantastic for us.
Yes,
match winner, isn't
he? Yeah.
Sterling deserves to start next game.
It was a sterling performance.
Yes.
Steve, any other questions?
Nothing from me, really.
I want to ask you about Wales and Andrew. I know I'm lagging a bit. It's this new camera. I need to sort it out. Were you happy to see Wales go out?
Be honest.
Yeah.
All the relationship.
Only because it was Denmark. I think we're all getting that extra emotional connection after what happened to them. So.
I've adopted Denmark now in this tournament because I really.
Oh yeah, we've got another Steve.
I'll not repeat what I said when they got knocked out. All I'm going to say is bye.
Oh, it's a PG-13 certificate, this, Andrew.
Right. I'll ask you another question because my camera's lagging, so I need to come out and come back in. Are you happy with Harry Kane because he's now off and running?
The first time I remember him touching the ball was the 36th minute.
Yeah.
When he won a free kick, I think it was for Trippier. You've got to wonder, like, a goal's going to give him confidence, so you've got to put him in again. Shearer used to say it, I could play terribly and then score the winner and be idolised at the end of the game. And then Aaron Hughes had a great game.
Well, you've got to say, you don't think there's something to be said for that sort of mentality of just going until the very end, because you miss a really big opportunity. It's easy for the head to be down. I mean, how many Newcastle players over the last couple of years would we have loved to have seen with kind of mentality where they just keep going and they know they're going to get that other chance to put it right. And I think that's what he brings. No matter how he plays, he always gives you that effort and determination to go and get, that goal. It doesn't always work for him, but I think that's a good mentality to have, and you need that in a squad.
Massively. 100%.
Andrew, would you keep Saka in there or you take him out for Grealish?
It's a good question, that Lee. Honestly, I've been too busy worried about how I would get Foden in the team to think about that, if I'm honest, because I think we missed someone like a Foden or Grealish, and he picked Grealish, and Grealish did the job. But I've been so looking forward to seeing Foden that I think against Sweden we can afford to put him in.
Yeah,
or Ukraine even. I think we can afford to play that extra attacking midfielder. So I'd like to see Grealish on the left, rest Sterling, Foden in the middle possibly, and then Saka keep his space on the right hand side, and then give even Calvert-Lewin maybe start Kane because he's just scored. But I'd be thinking about trying to get people minutes because Foden's. You want to keep him fresh, don't you? For me, he's a magician on the football. So
you also predicted as well, Andrew, that England would go all away, didn't you? And you don't look.
I said if we got past this round, I fancy her, and I do, mate. I do fancy her. I was sitting there the morning after I said that to you. I was sitting there going,
because you now come back to it.
I'd had a few, so but I kept it in my heart, and I said I do fancy it. Now we're past Germany, I do fancy it. Belgium's the team I think that we'll struggle against.
If we play,
not Italy or Spain.
See, I think it's the Italians. I think the Italians could do more damage to us.
Italy is a team.
Yeah.
Immobile and Barella, those are superstar players, but it's not on that, like, it's very close to world class. The strength of Italy is the resilience, teamwork, the hustle, all that sort of stuff. Italy would be tough. With Belgium, they've had so many chances over the years. They've had so many chances, this golden generation. I don't know. I think Italy would beat England. But I don't think Belgium would. I don't think Spain would.
I don't rate Spain. I don't like Croatia. It's just something.
The Belgians, I'll worry about.
It's hit and miss with Spain. That's the problem. But
and we'll ask you again, who's going to win it?
England. I said if they get through this game, I fancy them. I do.
Andrew says England. Andrew, thank you very much for coming on, mate.
Take care, guys.
Thank you very much. We shall bring in Elliot, who's very passionate about Newcastle.
Yes, Elliot!
Come on! Come on!
It's not going to
It's going on! It's going on! It's going on!
It's going on! It's going on! I could say that's so all right. So don't get any questions. I'm sure you've got some questions for me.
Oh, Elliot, I love you.
I love the energy, man. That's awesome.
Oh, absolutely class. Elliot, can we really go on and win it though? Let's put the serious heads on, can we?
Do you have any questions for me?
You mustn't have heard us. Can we really go on and win it?
Yes, we can. After we knocked out Deutschland and Germany.
Oh, brilliant. Roll on Sweden or Ukraine? Are you bothered who we get?
I think Sweden will beat Ukraine, which just about to kick off. It's on my TV.
Yeah, 17 minutes. Yeah.
Emil Kraft, right back.
Kraft, that question.
Emil Kraft against England. Do you fancy it?
Yes, I do.
And Elliot, obviously, you're very happy about England. Just want to touch upon a couple of the big teams that have gone out: Germany, France, Portugal, Croatia. Big teams have gone out now.
England's chance. It reminds me of 1966.
Were you around, like?
But I was at college. I mentioned it. At college. At my college, I did a local BBC radio interview. And my prediction when talking to them on the phone to the radio station, my prediction was 2-1. Foden. Phil Foden to score, Rashford to score, but Harry Kane has turned the heat up. Now it's his time to shine.
He needs to, didn't he? Because that goal was massive.
Yes.
Massive for him, wasn't it?
Yes.
Do you think you can go on and get a couple more?
Yes, you can.
I want to ask. Go on, sorry.
I'm just saying quickly. I think that might give him the confidence. I think if I'm Ukraine or Sweden, whoever wins this game, I'm not looking forward to being up against Kane, because if he gets confidence from that goal and kicks on, what a stage of the tournament to start kicking on. You know, that would be a real danger for any team. I guess when it means if he does, he doesn't. But I think there's every chance he could.
I'm still recording, but I'm clean.
That's all right. Take care, man. Steve, you got another dog with us.
Is that Gidget?
Yes, that's Gidget. Gidget the Schnauzer. Come here.
That's all right, Elliot. Take your time. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I'm busy celebrating England.
Elliot, I'll let you go off then if you've spilled cocoa all over the place.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'll talk to you for an extra couple of minutes.
All right.
We can go and win it. England, time to shine.
Stan, heads up, you've got a lot of follow on from this, mate, Sam, when you come on, mate. I don't want knee
Hi, mate. Thank you for inviting us on. I didn't realise the fan reaction show was on in the Euros.
Yeah, we do it in the Euros as well.
It's
no doubt
next match.
It will be if I'm not at the Paddy Power, but yes, we'll look at probably getting another stream on Saturday night.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much, Elliot. Look after yourselves. Get tidying up.
Yeah.
I love his passion. Brilliant.
Enthusiasm, man. I love it.
Hope Millen will raise the enthusiasm bar here. He's got these, you know.
Oh, he's on another level.
George's cross.
I'm so excited.
That was it. What accent is that, Steve? That's very posh.
Yeah, it was very, yes.
Like very, very royal family-esque. Oh, hello. Yes, Charles. Right, we'll bring in our NFTV resident, which is Mr. Mullen, sporting a very nice away top.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? How much of a superstar is Elliot, though?
Oh, quality passion. Love it when he comes on and rants about Newcastle and we've been beaten or something's happened.
Yeah, top lad. What an evening though. What a game. What a time to be alive. Superb.
You look knackered.
I've been at work today and I've kind of come down from the highs of before, so I've mellowed down a bit now, and now I'm starting to worry about Sweden on Saturday.
Well, it shouldn't. Well, I say we should.
Do you not think Ukraine have a chance of an upset?
I'm not quite sure. You know, the thing is, it's very English to like get a good win like today, and then completely fuck it up next time out. So it will never have a better chance to get to a major final like we have now. But
you went from groundskeeper Willie and you've segued somehow into Andy Murray towards the end.
Don't, because the in-laws always say I'm like Andy Murray, so that's not going to help my image at all.
Wow. You mentioned obviously, were you watching it at work? I know you got home because you obviously had Kelly's.
Yes. Kelly is now DJ'd, double jabbed. So yeah, I thought we were in control for pretty much the whole game. It was a tense affair and tight affair in the first half, but I thought we were on top. I thought Sterling was his best performance in an England shirt.
Yeah. All right, Steve. What you got? You got animals. You got food with you. What's happening? Yeah.
Just chilling, man. Come here.
I would agree with my 10 out of 10 rating for Sterling then, man of the match performance.
10's probably a bit steep because he made that catastrophic error that played in Thomas Muller, which just shows he's past it now, isn't he? But let's not get away from the fact.
Should have went in.
Let's not get away from the fact that okay, Germany aren't the team they were, but they're still a very, very good tournament team, aren't they? So they're still not to be underestimated. That was the only kind of blot on Sterling's copybook. But you make your own luck. And he deserved a bit of luck today because he was absolutely outstanding. Obviously that's his third goal in the tournament, and the games where he scored, he's been anonymous for large parts of the game. But today, I thought he ran the show. I thought he was absolutely superb. And if a goal was going to come, which it did, it was always going to come from him. He was fantastic. And as far as Harry Kane goes, striker, do nothing for 85 minutes, get a goal, you're a ledge again. So he's got his goal. Like Sterling did at the start, hopefully that will give some confidence now, because let's not forget Sterling came into this tournament in horrific form for a player of his calibre. So Kane's got his goal now, and long may it continue. It's looking like we've got a real nice open run to the final, dare I say. But
would you not worry that you could be, I mean, I'm not saying it will happen, but you could potentially be a Raheem Sterling injury away from disaster, because he has basically single-handedly got England to this stage. It's his goals. He scored in every game. Obviously, Kane added the second tier, but without them, without Sterling, you worry that you would have been with the group, actually.
Well, let's not forget, Sancho hasn't played a minute yet.
Yeah, true.
Well, he has, but I mean, 10 minutes max.
Yeah, but you know what I mean in the wider context. So he's fresh. Grealish is in and out the side. There's an argument you could start him. Saka's looked sharp. Didn't do anything wrong today, really. I thought he was very, very good, but I thought the substitution came at the right time. You could have made it 5 minutes earlier, but you're nitpicking. I thought Germany's substitutions were bizarre. Why wait till you're 2-0 down before Sane comes on? Very, very, very odd.
Fucking Emre Can.
Exactly, yeah. So, not
the Liverpool Emre Can where he scored that sick fucking goal against Watford. That's not the Emre Can you're fucking getting.
I know, man. I mean, Watford were a quality team back in the day.
He did get up American, didn't he?
Emre Can is now, they deploy him as a center back now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and that's what he came on as, wasn't it? But I thought it was a very peculiar time, and surely when the game was there to be chased.
Yeah, to be fair, they were the changes really of a team that would be of a manager who's done, his time's up, he's finished, and was just kind of rolling the dice. Because I think if that shoe was in the other foot, Southgate was doing that in England or 2-0, you'd have people calling for him to get sacked tonight if that was the kind of changes he was making. And I think Joachim Low knows it doesn't matter if people criticise him, because he's done anyway. He's out the door. So, yeah, I think it just struck me as a last desperate attempt by a man who was clearly beaten.
Mm.
Good fucking riddance, Joachim Löw. Good fucking riddance.
Yeah, I think there'd be a lot like that, wouldn't there? But I thought as well, defensively, so I'm Trippier for me gets a bit of stick, because obviously he's Southgate's favourite, and there's a lot of options at right back, isn't there? But I think Trippier's fantastic. I thought he was fantastic today. Defence was solid as a rock, because Maguire and Stones have little errors in them here and there. They haven't looked troubled at all. Even when Maguire was out of the team and we had Mings in there, we haven't looked like conceding at all yet. I mean, it's remarkable.
Were there enough questions actually asked of the defence, though? Was there enough pressure put on? Because there wasn't really, other than the Muller one, there wasn't guilt edge opportunity where you have to throw your ball.
I think that there was one moment. I'm building up to this kind of special praise for someone that our channel would never get praised, but so I'll take a run up at it. But if Werner could finish, he'd be one of the best players in the world, because his movement is exceptional. But I thought Pickford was absolutely superb today.
Yeah, I rated him high. I thought was it 8? I give him 9. No, I give him a 9. I give him a 9.
Made. I mean, he was beaten for that Muller chance, but unlucky.
That's going to be all over the Germans' media tomorrow. That Muller chance.
Yeah, of course it was. I used to rate Thomas Muller really highly, really highly, but
I still do.
He ain't the same player he was now. He's had his day.
He's not worth an awful lot of Muller these days, I don't think.
Oh God.
No, in his prime, he was that rung below Ronaldo and Messi, he's a long way off that nowadays. But fantastic save from Werner by Pickford in the first half, and he tipped one over the bar, didn't he, early in the second.
You don't rate Muller, don't rate Mulliner.
I don't rate Muller. I don't rate Muller in the position that fucking Love played him in. He is.
What is his best position then?
Attacking midfield. Attacking midfield is a playmaker.
Fair enough. You can play anywhere though, because you can play up top, you can play behind, you play on. I don't think he's got the pace for me, left or right.
Yeah, exactly. That's my thing. Yeah.
Sam, who do you fancy next then? Are you bothered?
I'd rather play Ukraine because I think we can contain them easier. Sweden aren't to be underestimated, and they'll be trickier to break down. I mean, hopefully their right back gets injured so we can have Emil Kraft play. I'm fully expecting a Sweden win. I'm not going to lie, but I think Ukraine would be an easier quarterfinal.
Sweden in this tournament remind me a little bit like England. They're not great on the eye, but they very get the job done, don't they? Sweden remind me more workmanlike.
I think Sweden gets through though, they would have a look over the next coming days that part of their training would be looking over the 2018 World Cup quarterfinal and looking at where they can improve, because the England team isn't massively different to the one that they would have played in that quarterfinal. And I just think that might make it more difficult, because I can definitely see Sweden being able to do a bit more homework.
I think there's more depth to the England team now, though. There's more options off the bench than what we've had.
Yeah.
But you're right. The BBC put up a graphic just before the game that of players, individual players, minutes played under Southgate, and like 7 out of the 10 were, starting today. So he's got a very settled lineup, hasn't he? So you're right in what you say, that they can go back and look at it and it won't be too dissimilar. But the good thing about this England side now is it is adaptable. 5 at the back, 4 at the back, whatever it's looked.
Would you change that, and would you go 4 for the next?
Yes, I would.
It's too defensive for me, having 5 and then 2 sitting midfielders.
Yeah, but it's worked an absolute treat today, hasn't it?
It was
probably the best game we've seen so far.
I think against Germany, I'll accept that, but against Sweden, Ukraine, where we've got the pressure, we've got to put on the performance and go out and win. The pressure's not going to be on Sweden or Ukraine. It has to be us. We're going to be favourites. So I would probably drop the 5 at the back and put another attack out behind Harry Kane.
Yeah, you could have scope to play, to start a Grealish, to start a Mason Mount, or to start a Phil Foden, who I'd rather. If you're going to drop someone like a Kyle Walker, it will be, won't it, from that back 3 and play a more attacking midfielder.
Or Trippier.
You'd bring in. I like Trippier though. You'd bring in Foden, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Interesting. Mr. Muller, who's going to win it?
Belgium.
Because you said France, didn't you, like me? So we're both wrong.
Yeah, I had a long night last night because I was up all night shredding all of my betting receipts for France. So
Same here.
So I got it done eventually, but there's a lot of recycling going in my blue bin next week.
Steve just chucked 50 quid away, haven't you?
$50, man.
Which is like, 35 quid?
I thought betting is betting not illegal in some states in America?
So I live in New Hampshire, so it is legal in New Hampshire. Yeah, you have to
build your fucking boots, man.
Where's New Hampshire's just up from New York, isn't it?
Yeah. So it borders Maine, Vermont, Massachusetts, and that's it. Yeah. So.
One minor negative from tonight: I am working Saturday night.
We talked about it before because you asked me yesterday when England playing. I think it's Saturday night. Luckily, I'm free, but I can't guarantee if we get through when I'm next.
Yeah, I mean, I'm off the Wednesday and the Saturday next week. So if we win on Saturday,
surely if you guys make it as far as the final, you've all got to take a day off. What is that not going to be like a national holiday in England?
It doesn't when you've just had 7 months off on furlough full pay. It doesn't really work like that anymore, mate.
I could probably tangle that and get on off. I do for the football anyway. Because it's
I I work the night shift, so I can, I sacrifice some sleep for some fucking euros. That's what you got to do, man. I've been up since
Steve, as I say to you, we'll probably get some Copa America ones when the knockout games begin, the bigger games. I'm not doing Bolivia versus fucking Venezuela.
Well, Miggy Almiron going off injured overnight for Paraguay looked a bit concerning, didn't it? Looked like he pulled a hamstring.
It's him out the tournament, which is a shame as well. Emil Kraft might play. Fabian Shares is now moving on to the quarterfinals, which is great. Very surprising. Last question before we wrap up all of today's actually show as well. Sam, are you surprised by the amount of the big guns that have gone out?
Yeah, the group of deaths killed fucking everyone, isn't it?
Literally.
Yes and no. The Euros does have a history of throwing up these type of results, whereas the World Cup kind of holds form a bit more, if you know what I mean.
This is a harder competition.
Yeah, so it does chuck up these results. So Denmark 92, for example, like Greece, we all know about, and so I'm not surprised, but there's I'm a little bit gutted about France last night, but there you go.
Yeah, I think we're in for I think we're in for a couple of interesting looking semi-finals. I already think the semi-finals for me are going to be England v Denmark and Belgium v Switzerland. I just have this feeling that Switzerland will be able to overcome Spain because they will be flying, having beaten France.
Well, first time we'll have to play away next, so be interested to see how
Rome.
I thought it was Budapest because
Rome.
Oh, that's Rome then, Steve.
Oh, Rome, not Bucharest. Okay.
Yeah, you need to improve your betting, Steve, because you're not doing that well on Scorito, mate. You're now towards the bottom.
Of course, tonight's game has been built in the West Stadium and the whole tournament, of course. I mean, come on, that's what the final should be. Never mind your right, for instance.
And also, Steve, my dark horses were Denmark, and they're still going strong. How's yours getting on? How's yours getting on?
Steve, saying Turkey.
Listen, I thought that I still think Turkey have tremendous upside for future tournaments.
I lost $5 on Turkey, man.
Man, I'm about to lose 25 on Sweden, man.
Gamble responsibly, everyone.
Cash out.
Yes.
Yeah. Right, we're going to wrap it up. Sam, thank you very much for coming on. I'll just do the little outros and that, so I'll kick you off. I'll probably speak to you on WhatsApp later on.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Right, lads, have you enjoyed that? I know you're on English, but out. It's better than not watching it with nobody, isn't it?
Well, yeah, at the end of the day, listen, I may be a Scotsman, and of course, I do not want England to win this tournament. But, I'm also not someone who can deny the blatant obvious. England clearly deserve to win today. And, this has been the first watch along I've ever done, so that's been a good experience. It's been...
The 2-1 you'll probably enjoy more because you're more into it. So I think, because Steve done the last game of the season, which was the dead rubber against Fulham, but you're definitely more into it in Newcastle because it's a bit different. For me, it's like Newcastle is like your heart.
Your hometown.
Yeah. And whereas England is like your nation, but it's like, if you do well, great. But it's a big achievement for me for Newcastle winning the trophy than England being champions of anything for me. Yeah. Anything. Even if it's the League Cup, that's a bigger thing for me.
So would you take England getting put out in the next round to either Sweden or Ukraine if it made Newcastle somehow win like the League Cup?
Yeah. I don't I hurt when you've seen as I rant on the last word. I'll go off on one because I'm proper raging. But England get put out. I'll be disappointed for one night. Then I'll be like, I'll forget about it. It's not a hurt. It's like one night. England's like a one night stand. If you get dumped, like, oh well.
Yeah, but if you get dumped, you're Scotland, right?
Newcastle's like your wife cheating on you. But we shall end it there. Thank you very much. We've been live like 3 hours and 24 minutes now. It's a long one. We've done the watch along, we've done Scrolling the Players, and we've brought a few fans in as well. Steve, thank you very much, mate.
Of course. Thank you for having me on the podcast.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your night, everyone. Come on, England. It's coming home.